Straight to your heart. No way. Dallas 97.3, and it's Friday all day.
Whoa, whoa.
If you're listening to the podcast, what you don't know is we're playing I'll Wait by Van Halen.
It's a good song.
To kick off the show.
As the sun rises over the bay. Oh, my.
It's already light out. I mean, the sun's not up, I don't think quite yet, but summer is almost here. I love summer so much.
It felt summery yesterday in the best way, in that it wasn't too hot.
I know.
But it was hot.
It was a great day.
It was a nice day. The sun was out.
Yeah,
really
I broke
good.
a little sweat for sure. That's,
Did you?
Well, yeah. When you're out, if you're bent over, hands in the dirt, the sun shining on your back.
Oh, you were gardening. Okay.
I am just I'm a fiend right now. I want to get it all. I'm going to have a party in July.
I'm aware.
And I'm going to, and it's actually like my lilies are starting to bloom. It's not like it's early or anything, but I'm like, it's too bad. You'll all be dead by the time the party rolls around.
They die that fast?
Lilies. I think that daylilies will bloom longer. I don't have any of those. They're just like...
Why put them in if they're going to die by July?
Because they have their moment. And they don't. There's still a stalk, but the flower's done. And actually, some of them bloom a little bit later. I have a bunch of different ones.
After they bloom and a flower falls off, are they 6 weeks later more blooms, or are they
No.
That's it? Oh!
Yeah, well, they're a bulb, so one stalk comes out, and at the top of each stalk, there's sometimes multiple blooms on that stalk, and they all bloom sort of in succession, but that's one. And so once the flower dies, you snip it off and leave a little bit of the greenery at the bottom, but they're done. It's like my peonies. My peonies have come and gone. They're beautiful. They're so beautiful for 2 days each.
Peonies.
They're
you ever
so
think about
beautiful.
just not?
No.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
You ever think about shaming them?
Oh, I
With
shame
a bell?
them. It's just stay for just 2 more months.
Sheesh, that is too short-lived.
I know.
For all the effort.
It's worth it. I make John go on a garden tour with me almost every day. Want a garden tour? He's like, all right.
He is?
Yeah.
Does he ever just say, nah?
Yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm in the middle of something.
Oh.
All right. I'll send you pictures. And I send my mom and dad pictures, and I have these little...
You send him pictures while he's still in the house? Like he's in the house and you're out in the backyard and you're like, hey, Look at this.
Why not?
I don't
Maybe
know.
he'll come out.
Oh.
He'll be like, oh my God, that flower's so beautiful. I simply must see it in person.
That goddamn
never
peonies
happens.
is a son of a biscuit.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know. They are so beautiful.
All right.
But anyway, and I've just been going crazy with the gardening. And
So you didn't watch Survivor last night?
I did watch.
Oh,
Of course,
okay.
I watched Survivor last night. What are you, crazy?
Boy, just when I'm talking about Rizzo maybe finding... He just started popping off again last night. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. I was just saying, you seem to have...
R-I-Z-G-O-D.
Yeah, I just went, oh my God.
I love him.
Yeah.
My feelings have changed a lot for him. He has
Mine
done
too.
very well, but I think they did the right thing.
You do?
Yeah, yes. Suri wins that game if she makes it to the end.
Ah.
Yeah, you had to kick her off. Sad to see Devins, but you knew he was going to go.
Yeah,
but
that was a bummer.
I'm just not into the who's left, except for Rizzo. For some reason, I'm into. I'm kind of rooting for him now.
I like
because
Tiffany. I
like
feel like
Tiffany.
she's gonna get kicked out. She's playing aggressively here at the end. I feel like it's the wrong time for her.
I don't know. I just feel like her and
have
Joe
started.
are kind of milquetoast to me.
Well, Joe is. He seems
both
like a very
peaking
nice
at the right
person.
time, even though they've both played a slow burn, a background game. They're both still here.
Yep, they are.
Cerise's gone. Devins, the 2 people who've done the most are gone, and the 2 people who laid low. I was saying when this season started, we're talking about Survivor. Tiffany hasn't said a word for 5 episodes. It felt like.
But now she's getting kind of.
Well, she played.
Pushy.
She did her game the way she wanted to.
Yeah.
I guess it was by design. Lay low, stay off camera, and then all of a sudden, come on.
If I'm in that group right now, I want to sit next to Tiffany and Joe.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Rizzo,
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany, and Joe are the 3 at the end.
Rizzo wins.
You vote for Rizzo.
I definitely vote for Rizzo, knowing what I know.
You vote for Rizzo?
I vote for Rizzo too. He played a
If Rizzo makes
very
it to
good
the
game.
top 3, I think Rizzo wins.
I mean, he's held on to
don't-
that idol forever.
I know. Well, and he can proudly say, listen, I got into a solid alliance early on, and he can tell the whole story of him, Suri, and Ozzy. And we rode that as far as we could. I was not afraid to cut them. He did vote for Suri. And I kept my idol the whole time. I've had this idol the whole game, and I've never had to use it. And I'm a brand new player. And I think that my accomplishments, I could totally sell.
Well, what about
Rizzo.
Aubrey? She's played a pretty good game too.
Okay,
She
all
has
right,
played a
change
good-
the here's the vote. Rizzo, Aubrey, and Jonathan.
Oh,
Rizzo still wins. Jonathan is such a douche.
He's a douche, but he's still there by his own design.
He would make an argument for himself, but in reality, he's very malleable. He thinks he's making all these decisions, but there's always someone else making the actual decision. Even even with Stephanie leaving, I was like, that should have been Jonathan.
Okay. Tiffany, Jonathan,
And Aubrey.
Aubrey
wins.
Aubrey
If
wins.
she can make the best argument. In my opinion,
Joe, Tiffany, and Jonathan.
Oh,
Jonathan. I think Jonathan would win that.
I would say Tiffany.
Tiffany could, if she can make a good argument for herself.
Tiffany's got my vote in
I
that.
mean, I
mix.
like her better, certainly, but I feel like Jonathan would just bully the jury, and they'd all be like, "Well, I don't want him to beat the hell out of me."
Look at
after
my
this."
abs. Vote for me.
I know. God, that guy.
He
He's
is-
like so sulky when he doesn't have power, things don't go his way. And then the minute he's got something around his neck or he's won some prize or something, he is just back to, doing the maracas with his boobs.
Well,
Yeah.
His cans.
I could
$2
do that, I
million
would.
bucks buys a lot of creatine.
What's creatine?
I don't know, some protein
Yeah.
crap
Oh,
that you
yeah.
take when you're
Bodybuilder thing.
Yeah.
Stuff that makes your fart smell bad?
I know that's just the regular old
Protein.
whey protein
Okay,
powder.
Yeah. Oof. Oh.
I doubt
Which
that.
it'll buy a lot of that as well.
Yeah, you can buy all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's exciting. So I'm very curious. I don't think they give Rizzo the $2 million.
I think
But
the
you're
old timers. I don't know. Do you think the old timers would respect it enough to give it to him, or are they going
If
to be like,
he-
he doesn't deserve it because he hasn't been on this game
It
for a million
depends who
years?
he's sitting next to and if he can make a good argument without coming off like the little nerd that he is.
Right.
Like he's got to, and I'm sure they're all formulating their arguments, but he's in the final four.
And he's
He
well spoken at whenever they do counsel. Like he's
Yeah.
usually really well spoken, respectful. Like
Mm-hmm.
shows his knowledge of the game.
Yeah. Joe is a nice guy, but he is not a player. Like I want to sit next to Joe. I think I want to sit next to Joe and Tiffany if I'm Rizzo. But
We'll see.
yeah, we will. I really
good
do feel
episode.
like if he gets, and he is getting to the final four, so because he's got that idol still. I think there's only 5 people left now. Oh yeah, this finale is this coming Wednesday.
I was pretty surprised that the way that went last night because they did a vote an hour in, and I went, "What the?"
I know.
And I went, "Uh-oh."
I knew they had to go for 2 more.
2
I'm like, they're
votes.
not going past May. They're not going to do this the week of Memorial Day. So this coming Wednesday,
It's
for all of you
over.
who don't want to hear about it anymore, after next week, we won't talk about it anymore.
I love it.
I know, me too. I love it too. I'm very excited for Big Brother. I know you guys don't use. There's a lot of TV to watch
I
with
can't
Big
keep
Brother,
up.
It's way too much.
but
Mhm.
I love
There's
it.
so much other good stuff on.
I don't know. I like Big Brother. I wonder what they're doing this season.
You'll find out
I
in a
know.
month.
I can't wait. Oh, 2 months. July
2
9th.
months?
July 9th or July 12th, maybe?
July. It's the day before my birthday, July 9th.
Oh.
Mark that down,
Mark
party
it down.
people.
Put it in your calendar. Yeah, we won't talk about Big Brother the way we talk about this show. Maybe I can get Bob to watch it. She says she wants to be on Big Brother. I think it would be the easier of the two.
Bob, she needed a ride to the airport yesterday, and we had stuff going on, and I had a chat with Maddie, and then I was like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom before I get in the car to take her to the airport. And I go to the bathroom. I come back and she's like, "You forgot me." I'm like, "No, I didn't."
I went pee.
Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom.
I might have instigated that a little
Okay.
He
Well
left
done.
without you, baby.
Well, either way, I didn't forget about her, so I got her to the airport. And
She's off to Chicago for like a bridal weekend.
yeah,
a
she's already
bachelor party.
posting it like it's going off. Like she posted,
course it
there's a
is.
bunch of wigs and,
Oh, fun.
and
They're wigging out.
clown makeup. It looked like and disco balls. It was.
Seems like she has a really fun group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's right.
Young
Good for her.
people.
Yep.
They know about
Party.
the partying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And supposedly she's going to be back here for Monday. No problem.
Well,
Actually, she's going to be back for Beta Breakers.
which is this Sunday, everyone.
Yeah. That's a whirlwind trip. How far of a flight is it to Chicago? Like 4 hours?
I think like around 3.
That's
It's
closer than I
farther
thought.
across the country
I
than
know.
you think, though, because I remember when driving across the country, those are long states.
They're huge states.
Really
yeah,
long,
I feel like
long
it's
states.
I feel like it's closer to the east. It's like 6 hours to Boston. I'd guess it was like a 4-hour flight. But whatever. I mean, I think she's catching it really early, and she'll gain a couple hours coming back. This way,
coming
so
back from back east is the best.
it is the best.
Because you land and it's still the middle of the day. Or
I know it's great.
It looks like it's 4.5 hours nonstop.
Oh, 4.5?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, she'll be back with plenty of time to spare, I'm sure. Okay, let's. Well, there's our Survivor talk for the day.
It's good.
It is. It's so good. Love it. KLLC HD1 San Francisco, Sarah Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Here's that great song from Olivia Dean, and we'll see you right after this. I have breakups and star searches. It's all happening next. Sometimes you just suddenly find out you're an old person. It happens. You're like, I don't understand the kids. Why do they like that? But then they do. And you're like, oh, I guess I got to deal with it. It's Alice, 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Just pondering.
What do they like?
Just pondering.
What?
We're just like the things that kids are, you're like, that'll never work. That couldn't happen. And then it turns out the kids are all like, no, that's exactly what we want. we started by talking about like, Bob was telling me it's a cultural thing that people talk like this now. Do you remember listening to that? We were listening to a clip from a podcast.
She also told us yesterday that lady was doing comedy when she was crying about the flip-flops. I was like, okay.
I don't understand today's comedy. That was another like, you're old, Sarah. Let it go.
Irregardless is a word. Like, that's okay to say because whatever.
I thought she said she didn't like that one.
No.
But she said irregardless is okay?
Yeah.
People do say it.
People do say it. Anyway, you were about to say.
I forget.
Fudge, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Who cares? It's just,
Way to go, Vin.
Just one of those things. I know what I was going to say.
Okay, go.
Meghan Trainor went on some podcast that we listened to a clip of, and I was like, this just sums up everything I hate about Vocal Fry.
Good. Are you going to play it for us?
No. We listened. It was like a while ago, and I was just like, is anyone else ready to murder both of these people? Because they're like, so I was telling him that, seriously, he can't act like that because that's just wrong, and I don't like it. And then the other girl with the exact same voice is doing it. I'm like, this is...
But what did they say? Did they have the up talk, too?
So I was telling him that the things he was doing were just upsetting, and I felt attacked.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just like, oh my God, who wants to listen to this? But people do, and it's not for us. I have to accept that. I used to always think the world was just set up for me. Like, I was a young person, and all the things I liked all the stuff. And now it's like, oh, right, I get it now. You're just old. Sarah. Creative Energy bringing us this portion of the program. I'm sure they're thrilled. Yeah, they love it. It's amazing. Embrace that. Creative Energy's pre-summer backyard event is on now. Save big on hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and Vinnie cold plunges.
I like it.
Visit Creative Energy this month and make this a summer to remember. Oh, summer. CreativeEnergy.com. You can call or text us anytime, 800-400-3697. And our regular old email is sarahandvinny@odyssey.com. But we also have a bad advice email. It's badadvice973@gmail.com. That's specifically for you to lay out your problems. I read through that every day. I look at what gets dropped in there. You guys have some real problems. And I've selected a couple. We'll do them at 7. They're good.
Good.
I think you'll like today's. Pete Davidson and Elsie Hewitt. They have a baby, and they broke right the hell up.
Get out of here.
Yeah, 5 months after welcoming a baby girl, they have parted ways. They're saying here, the relationship fell victim to the comedian's busy work schedule following baby Scotty's December 2025 arrival.
Do you remember, I think it was, I don't know if it was the first kid or the second, when Fronte was on the video montage, and he said, Vinny, the best way to handle the early years of a baby is to go on tour.
Yeah. Leave on tour.
And I was like, that is, can you imagine if you're the partner in that scenario, you are at home alone with the kid.
Yep. They actually say, Pete's been traveling so much for work, but Elsie was craving more support from him at home after their daughter was born.
Yeah.
She's like, this is our kid.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, but I got to go make money, I feel cooped up here in the house.
Well, because you are.
Yeah, but I need more support. Yeah, but I got to go. I got to make the money. So, because I got that boat that's draining my finances. He bought that boat. That is,
ferry?
By the way, the ferry. They bought a Staten Island ferry, him and Colin Jost. And I think one of them even said, yeah, I was high and we decided to buy it. Probably Pete Davidson.
Yeah, I don't think that's...
that is a running... They're always making jokes about how much money that thing costs. Like, apparently just to dock it is thousands of dollars.
Well, you've heard about boats. I don't even look into boats, but you hear it's...
The happiest 2 days in a boat owner's life are...
the day you buy it and the day you get it off your driveway or
the
something like that.
The day you sell it. Yeah. The 2 happiest days. I was all hot and heavy for a boat for a while.
Yeah, I've never had that drive.
Yeah. I didn't want to take it out in the water. I just wanted to have it because, we went to a party on a boat and I'm like, this is freaking great. I want to get a boat. We'd have so much fun. And like we could use it as a guest house. And then,
And then John said no.
Oh, John does entertain a lot of stuff that I will bring up. To his credit, he finds a way to make it my idea that we're not going to do that. He's very clever. Apparently, I get managed as well, Vinny. Turns out. Anyway, Pete Davidson and Elsie Hewitt. Splitsville, baby.
All right.
I thought this was interesting. The James Bond auditions have officially started. I don't have a list of people who are auditioning, but what they did was they grabbed that. They just added a casting category to the Oscars. There was a lot of talk about that this year. And the woman who won it was Nina Gold, I believe, if I have that right. She is the person who cast Game of Thrones. And I got to say what you will about the writing on that show by the end. The casting was great on that show.
Casting is
the most important thing sometimes.
It is. Well, no, it is. Sometimes it's just the look of a scene before anyone's even opened their mouth. You go, stunning.
Right.
The whole thing.
Do you think, I don't really know that much about casting. When they say a casting director, like they're not saying, yes, you get the role. I think, are they collecting like a few people that they're like, this is a definite candidate for this role? And then the director or producers make the final, like how do you think that works? I'm
sure it's a collaboration.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't just be like, yeah, cast whoever you want.
But
send them over.
You do hear they've got a collection of people and you might hear someone going, I went in for this, but got that.
Right.
And it's because they went, no, you're better over here.
Yeah.
And someone, probably the casting director,
made that suggestion, right?
I was wondering if they use AI for any of this now because, that is something that AI could probably put together. And I asked Chatty this morning who the top 5 candidates are for James Bond and got a list.
What does he think?
Callum Turner.
I don't know who that is.
From Fantastic Beasts and Masters of the Air.
Callum?
I got it.
Callum Turner.
He's great looking.
Oh, I love that guy. He's in The Capture.
He's great looking.
He is in The Capture.
He's the first guy.
Yeah.
He's the first story in He is great. I really like him.
As sophisticated looking as you'd expect James Bond to be, but neither was.
He was very young too.
The last guy, what's
Daniel
that?
Craig.
He's not sophisticated looking either. He's got those blue eyes and he's, kind of built out. But
this kid to me though, I picture him like if I'm the casting director, I'm like, oh, he's in the roving British street gang. He looks like a ruffian to me a little bit. But maybe that's
maybe they're going to go with younger James Bond earlier in career.
They certainly could. This guy's young.
What are the other names?
So Aaron Taylor Johnson, he's been a persistent rumor for years, evidently.
He has, yeah.
Theo James.
Oh,
from White Lotus.
I do like Theo James. I think he's a good actor. His eyes are a little too close together for me. But he's not full Jeep eyes, but there's something about he's like
not full Jeep
eyes. But
what is this guy's name?
He's like a Jeep Cherokee, a little more spread up.
Theo what?
Theo James.
Theo James. He is a good look, but he's almost like too good looking of a guy.
Well, the next two are people and one is maybe the most gorgeous man in Hollywood, Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah, Henry Cavill would be a good James Bond. I actually, that's my vote.
And then Jacob Elordi.
I don't know. Jacob Elordi
not
is
Jacob Elordi.
So
I'd rather
young and
have
skinny.
that Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah,
but I think you might be right. I think it probably works against Superman that he was Superman.
Yeah,
but he's pretty good for the game. He's got the build to make you feel like he could win a
refined.
fight.
That's the thing about James Bond. He was he knew how to act in every situation. Mm-hmm. He was somewhat cultured.
But he can, shave his face and put on a tux and you'd be like, oh Jesus Christ,
my
dude.
My goodness. Well, can I please be a Bond girl?
I think my loins just went gay.
No. Can I make you a sandwich, Mr. Cavill? So James Bond editions have officially started. Game of Thrones casting director, they call her a vet, Nina Gold. She has been tapped to find the next 007. So if I hear more on that, I'll let you know. I feel like that's such a huge, specific franchise that we all know it's going to go on. There's already been a whole bunch of different Bonds, and it'll continue. This just a side note, Rooster, which everyone I know has told me I have to watch that show.
I just watched the first episode and just didn't. I didn't dislike it. I just didn't love it enough to be like, I'm going to dedicate time to it yet.
I never heard of it.
I'd heard of it, but only that people were like, oh yeah, you got to watch Rooster. I clicked on this link this morning, and it's a Steve Carell show.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh.
Let's see here. Let me see if I've got
He's a safe bet on a try.
Here it is. Set on a college campus, Rooster centers on an author, played by Steve Carell, his complicated relationship with his daughter, played by somebody else. I don't know what her name is. Charlie Clive. Connie Britton's also a recurring character, but it sounds like okay, set on a college campus. Maybe he's a professor or something. So Rooster, here's your headline. Rooster concludes its freshman season. So I guess all the episodes are out now as HBO's most watched comedy debut in 15 years.
Wow.
And HBO, isn't that, well, there's a lot of Apple shows I get it confused with.
Well, I mean, Curb Your Enthusiasm, some comedy show, so that means it was bigger than that. The Comeback, which is on now, which I don't know if you started watching the new season.
I haven't started watching it yet.
It's just as good as the other seasons.
Hacks is on HBO.
Hacks, yeah.
That's good. They're saying though it's its biggest comedy. It's not in this story, unfortunately. But I had read a thing where they mentioned a couple of things it was surprising that it had debuted higher. So congratulations, Steve Carell. Looks like you got another hit on your hands. Good for you. I liked this because we're just talking about getting old. Well, if you're 94 and you're at the gym, that is, hooray for you. This is, Bob would be going right now. Bob would say, who? What? The Jefferson star, Marla Gibbs. She was the housekeeper. She was, wasn't her name Joe? What was her name?
I don't think it's Joe, but I don't know.
Flo. I think her name was Flo. But so there were the Jeffersons, Wheezy and Mr. Jefferson.
It was Flo. It was Florence Johnston.
She is 94 years old, and she's got like 350,000 followers on Instagram. And there she is in the gym doing the butterfly things with the roll. And I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that's a wig, but she looks absolutely great.
I feel like you're, way out there.
I'm just out there on a limb. I'm going to say, wow, really great dye job, or yeah, look at there's the photo that she posted. That's a 94-year-old. She says, at my age, it's just easy to lay in bed. And she says now, it's never too late to keep living your life. She just published her memoir, It's Never Too Late. I guess this is a promo piece. Maybe they're like, here, let's get her set up here and put her arms up like she's doing the workout and take a picture. And
where's Always Be Brandon?
Always Be Brandon. She's in Chicago.
Yes, she's working her own brand over there.
Her name's Marla Gibbs, 94 years old, and she lives by the motto, it's never too late.
And wrote a book.
She did. It came out like in February.
Oh.
I didn't hear anything about it.
Well, you have now.
Yeah. It's funny, though. Like, I feel like there were a bunch of black sitcoms that completely shaped my childhood, like that I loved, and like Good Times, What's Happening, Sanford and Son, The Jeffersons. There were a bunch of great shows that I was like, oh my God, it's The Housekeeper. Wasn't Lenny Kravitz's mother?
Yeah.
She was in the interracial couple that lived.
The Neighbors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rich old white guy and her.
I don't think of her name, but
I just had that page up too.
Oh,
dang it!
It's all right. But like these were groundbreaking shows that I think they were the big '70s sitcoms.
Roxy Roker.
Yeah,
is her name.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Roxy Roker.
Did I mention Sanford and Son in my rundown?
I don't know. Did you say What's Happening?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, there's that. And that'll do it. I'll wrap it up here because otherwise I'm just going to start eating headlines, which is always fun. What's coming up in the news, Vin?
I've got a guy who his mustache cost him a job.
Oh.
After these.
Maddie, your hair looks like fine today.
Brand new do.
New haircut.
Yeah.
Tight. Yeah.
You got a big date this weekend?
No.
Yeah. What?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Oh my
No.
God! Why?
No, I'm doing a little educational thing this afternoon, like a free stream for podcasters interested in learning about monetization. Very exciting stuff.
Oh.
But, I'm going to be on camera the whole time. So.
Have you told the people here how to monetize podcasts? They probably like to know that too.
Yeah, I'd like to know how to do that.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Because I hear most people can't make a penny off of them.
You got it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get a podcast.
Besides doing the podcast, it's a lot of work.
Besides doing the podcast, yeah, a lot of promotion. Like,
I hate that. I hate doing work anything outside of the actual
thing. That's
job.
why so many people quit podcasting. They start and they're like, "Oh, this is so much fun," and then it's like when people, I've seen this when we've tried out people on morning shows in the past. Then they realize I've got to do this every day or every week, and I've got to promote it, and I've got to be on social media doing all this stuff with it as well. And then they're like, "This is too much work."
It's just too much.
I think John Oliver is a guy who, like the way he came in and said, I do nights, but I do one night a week. One.
Yeah,
and I spend the
night a
whole week. I write it, I get it all, and then I do one.
This week, tonight.
Smart.
It's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
If you're interested in watching it, just go to my LinkedIn and you'll see. At
Oh,
Maddie Stout.
is it open to
Everybody.
People who are like, I would love to do a podcast.
Yeah, I do this stuff once in a while just for get back to the community.
My wife has worked with some people in tech who have some money, and they've wanted to launch podcasts for different reasons. And a couple times she's shown or talked to me about people who built the studio.
Yep.
Got it all ready.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Put the money in, like built a nice studio. And now they're using the studio to
Store boxes.
do meetings
Oh,
online, like Zooms.
Yeah.
Because they realize that the podcast part is hard.
Yeah.
That's what my company did for 5 years is we built podcasts for corporations and for tech people and stuff. So like I've done for Ford and Mac Cosmetics and all kinds, Vistaprint, all kinds of companies.
But you got to have people who can figure out what the
Well, and
content of
also,
those things should
and
be.
it's always the CEO, the marketing director, the ones that want to host it, and and sometimes they're coachable, and you can get them to a place where they can do it, and sometimes it's like, this just is not for you. Like it's just not everybody can talk and
entertain people.
Yeah,
because that's bottom line is I might want to learn something from my podcast, but I'm not going to like devote myself to a podcast. Okay, I learned the thing. I never have to listen to that monotone voice again.
That's my 3 E's of podcasting: empathy, education, entertainment. You got to entertain, you got to teach something, and you've got to have some kind of connection to your audience.
Yeah. I only have the 2 E's.
No, you have all 3. Both of you have all 3.
No, we're not educating. I'm not trying to teach anybody anything.
What are you talking about? You're about to do bad advice in just
that
30
is,
minutes.
you know what? That is true. In fact,
crazy?
coming up at 7, your problems are bad advice. And now this. If I can find there we go. Okay.
I don't hear that.
Man. Let me try it again. Hold on. Does that count? Did I just break my streak?
Yeah.
No.
Half.
No.
I really do feel like at least the thing ran.
No, it's fine. What's up, everyone? This House Report is brought to you by Silverado Resort in Napa. Enjoy renovated rooms, a refreshed spa, and the soon-to-be-open Match Play kitchen and bar. Golf, tennis, pickleball, or simply unwind. Plan your Napa Valley staycation today.
Sounds great.
Silverado Resort in Napa.
Mm.
Bottle Rock is not this weekend, next.
It is 1 week from today, the first day of it. I know.
Right around
It's
the
really
corner,
hard
everyone.
to believe how quickly that came. Because they announce it so long in advance. You're like, oh, that'll never happen. And no, it's next weekend.
This year's blinking by. Blinking.
It is.
School's out in like 3 weeks
Oh, boy.
for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny today. Beautiful, actually.
Already
blue skies
Yeah,
overhead
that's
in
good.
downtown San Francisco, and it's going to be warm. So sunny and warm.
Sounds like a winner.
Mwah.
Mm.
Bottle Rock next weekend. Beta Breakers this weekend on Sunday. The race starts at 8 a.m. If you're someone who's racing and you still got to go pick up your bib and all your packet, that's being done at Stonestown Galleria. And their website is Beta Breakers. You can go get more info if you need it. But that race is on Sunday, and it's across the city. So you will absolutely hit some traffic, some roadblocks.
Right.
some problems.
This is not your weekend to to try to go from north to south or south to north.
But if you're in the Bay Area and you haven't run Beta Breakers and you're in any kind of shape, you should do it. It's fun. It's a great event. Absolutely the kind of thing that if you're a Bay Area person, you should be able to say, yeah, I ran that. That was fun. Total blast. And it will be. And there are somewhere along the way, you'll run into Bob and her party people with the longest beer bong of all time.
A 3-story beer bong. I think, what are they, on the 3rd floor and they drop it down?
Yeah.
They'll pour you a beer down that. And that's the thing about Beta Breakers. It is a race and there is a prize and there are people who are actually running it because they are like, I would love to get that prize and run that course. But it's a party.
Mm-hmm.
It's...
Oh, we pushed a keg when I ran it.
Wasn't it the egg and you guys were sperm?
Yes, it was actually a pony keg, not a full, big boy. But it was more than enough for the 10 people who had to push it up the hill.
How many beers are in a pony keg?
Well, I think pony is a half of a keg.
It's half a keg.
Yeah, so it's a lot.
Plenty.
Right.
Would you put it in like a cart or something?
Yeah, on a wagon, like a radio flyer wagon, and built it out to look like an
ovum.
Yes. And then we all wore T-shirts with sperms on them.
Oh, so cute.
And as we ran around partying, can I say that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Whew.
Ran around partying?
No, the sperms part.
No, sperm is a scientific term.
Okay.
Maybe you should call them spermatozoa.
Nah, I'll just skip. We went and ran the Beta Breakers. It was a good time. We had fun. You'll like it. The 2 world leaders continue to meet today. I'm hoping for the solution to the world's problems coming out of this summit.
I'm sure that's what we'll get.
That is, China and America continue to meet. 21 minutes ago. Okay.
Great.
I hope it goes well.
Me too.
I really would like to have a fun weekend. Without stress.
Right.
I talked to you before we went to break about a mustache.
Yes. That lost a guy a job.
Yeah. Check this out.
Okay.
It's a fast fact.
Oh, this is a fast fact. Okay.
Fast fact. Alex Trebek was the front runner to become the host of Hockey Night in Canada in 1971. But the network boss said, "We're not hiring that guy. We don't hire guys with mustaches."
Well, I mean, could they have asked him to shave it?
Well, I don't know. But I do know that, the mustache in 1971 was a fixture.
Yeah.
It was the norm.
Maybe because he probably had dark hair. I always think of Alex Trebek as being like a gray-haired older dude.
Yeah.
And maybe he was, young and kind of looked like a porn star. And they were like, we don't want some porn star hosting hockey.
The porn star stash I don't think people looked at it that way then. They look at it that way now. I think. I don't know.
No, I agree. I was just trying to be funny.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things where it's really, I look at mustaches today on the young kids with a little bit of suspicion. Like, are you joking? Or do you really mean that?
Yeah.
The mustache.
Talking to you, Benson Boone and Timothée Chalamet.
Right. But they mean it. They're all wearing them.
Yeah.
So good. I'm glad to see it. But it's, but then my dad wore that's how my dad looked for the first, 15 years of my life.
No.
It
always had a mustache.
Always had a mustache.
Then he shaved it?
Then he grew out a goatee because he realized he'd been out of date for many years at that point.
Oh.
And I don't even know who convinced him to do it, but he went goatee.
All right. So now it's the mid 80s and he's all like, yeah, the cool kids are doing this.
Yeah, I guess. I don't,
Yeah.
I've never been able to hold anything on my face for long enough for it to become my thing.
Yeah, you're always changing it up.
I just can't.
You've had a lot of funny little things going on over there.
I cannot.
You should just go with the half thing. Just let it all grow out on this side and just shave it off on that side. That'd be fun. And then let whatever hair you got grow on the other side. You'd be like opposite day.
So be a clown.
Yeah, why not? You're a morning show DJ. You'd be like the guy known for the wackadoo hairstyle beard thing.
In the 1830s, ketchup was turned into pills and sold as medicine to treat indigestion and diarrhea.
Well, did it work?
What?
I mean, I'm going to guess no.
Yeah, it's not. It didn't.
Ketchup was turned into pills.
In 1970, 7% of gynecologists were women. Now it's up to 65%.
Good.
And 85% of residents training to be gynecologists are now women.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's funny because if you have a choice as a woman to go to a male gynecologist or a female, I personally had a great male gynecologist for years. Dr. Galland birthed both my kids. He was my ob-gyn, did all the stuff. He was great. There's nothing wrong with a male gynecologist. But then after I was done having kids, and I was like, you know what I want? I want to talk to a lady.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to someone who has one of these and knows it well. And
I don't mean to be, I know people can be 100% professional
Absolutely.
at all times. I believe that.
Yep.
But I also believe men,
Why'd you get into gynecology? Oh, 'cause women. Hello. Yeah, I know. It is highly suspect. Sorry, male gynecologist. I'm sure you're amazing.
Well, and if you found one and you feel
loved him.
comfortable, that's all that matters is that you feel comfortable and safe.
Yep.
Because the stirrups.
Thanks for the reminder.
There they are.
It's just the funnest hour of your life.
There you are.
So great. Have a look. Turn all the lights on it.
Let me get my looking glass, too.
My glove and my
Is it Pap Schmear or Pap Smear?
smear.
It's not Schmear?
No, we're not at Noah's Bagels.
Okay.
Henry Ford started 2 car companies before Ford Motor Company.
Is that so?
One called Detroit Automobile Company and one called Henry Ford Company.
Oh.
And then came Ford Motor Company, which continues to this day.
And they were the Model A, right? That was the first factory assembled.
Don't they say that
assembly
was one
line.
of the assembly line was one of his big deals. Newsweek is where this article comes from.
Funny. I used to subscribe to Newsweek.
I did too.
Yeah. Not just, it was interesting. But now if I wanted it, I would have to go online, right?
Or be at the airport.
They still print some copies. People do like a magazine.
I like a magazine and will buy a couple, including Newsweek or Time or whatever, to bring on the plane because I'll just read them cover to cover.
Yeah. Just flip through.
See what's up. Some relationships start with Netflix and chill, and now relationships are ending with that. This is a weird thing. This is out of Newsweek. There's an article about a 33-year-old woman named Layden Richardson who got divorced a little while ago. And in part of her settlement, this is written in the settlement, she gets to retain access to the Netflix password indefinitely that she shared with her partner.
Oh.
So he pays the bill and she gets to retain the password indefinitely.
What a strange thing to specifically ask for. She just wants to still
have
to
access
not pay
to their
for
account,
that.
right?
How strange.
And well, I guess there's a profile. She's saying, I want my profile intact.
Indefinitely.
I don't know that I would. I guess I don't watch enough TV at this point in my life, but maybe you have. You love when they say something suggested for you.
Yeah.
And they got it.
I just don't think it would take that long for you to ramp up a new profile. That just feels petty. And like she doesn't want to spend $12 a month. I don't even know what it costs. Honestly, it's probably like $30 a month now. It's so expensive.
It's not even that petty because she's saying, I wasn't trying to bleed the guy. I actually only wanted, a while ago. You find it.
Oh, these are her list of demands.
Yes, she didn't ask for that much stuff. So it wasn't like she was, and another thing. She wasn't, this was a small list of things she wanted, and it included this in the official divorce agreement that I get the password to Netflix. I have a friend who's going through a divorce, and it sounds tragic. It
isn't good. Usually there's someone injured.
All consuming.
Yeah.
And really
Sometimes
hard.
Marriages break up because both people are like, this just isn't working. And
Well, yeah, you
I
get
wanna,
to a point where you just go, we're bros.
right.
It happened.
So and I feel like in those situations, things can kind of be sorted out. But when someone has wronged someone else, if there was an extramarital affair or whatever, I don't know, embezzlement, I don't know what. It's the only other thing I'm like, it's always that there's another person. So when someone's hurt like that and wronged, that's when it gets really ugly, I think.
Maddie, has there been any steps taken to move forward with that between you and your ex? Or do you guys both just want to live in like absolute denial that it's happening?
It's yeah. I mean, it feels like it. Like the D word has not been like
you're just
brought up.
Separated.
We're separated. We're not getting back together. But I don't. And like there are things that needs to be split up. So there does need to happen to be a divorce. And I've actually had women on that I've met who have told me, call me back when you're actually divorced.
Like I don't want.
So
Yeah.
they have like that's a red flag for them.
It's a red flag for them, and I understand.
Well, there's
that.
another woman in the picture.
Yeah.
Well, I would think
you'd want a clean start.
If you were able to say confidently, we're never ever getting back together, then that might work to your. But that person may go, I've already been through this, and he went back to her.
I totally understand that. Like, I'm not like, but I know we're not getting back together, but it is just the whole process of the divorce.
Just hire her then. Don't worry about it. Just don't tell anybody.
And like, doing it, you have to get a lawyer and all that stuff.
He does have a ring tattooed on his finger.
That he does. You actually don't have to get a lawyer. I mean, unless she's going to fight you or something, you can fill out paperwork online.
Yeah.
And file it. And I'm sure there's a fee, but it's
isn't arbitration like a step down from a lawyer where it costs a little less and
we're
just
amicable.
Help you?
We're gonna help us sort through this and figure out what the terms of this divorce will be.
But that conversation does need to happen. It's got to happen sometime.
Does it? Are you guys sharing insurance? That's another reason people stay married. Like we're just gonna separate.
That was the deal. Yeah, like it's been insurance. I was on her insurance and now she's on my insurance. So.
Oh.
Yikes.
Our text number is 800-400-3. Yeah, no, that's what the point is. It's really sounds
messy.
Difficult. 800-400-3697. Maddie's on the show.
Hey, Maddie.
Hi. 510. Vinny looks like the guy on Ike's sandwich logo. Check it out. Here it is.
I am familiar with that guy.
Oh,
yeah.
You do look like him.
My favorite sandwich place.
When Ike gets older, he'll look more like you. When he gets a little white in his beard there, or his little soul patch. Yeah. That's funny though.
I worked a soul patch for a minute in the 90s.
Yep.
But even that I couldn't stay with. I don't know how people stick with one thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing about. If there is a nice thing about having to shave your face every day, you can let it go. You can experiment. You can go all Dave Navarro, make it really tight.
I could not do that.
Dye the skin underneath it black.
I feel like he has to get help with that. There's no way he can.
He looks sculpted. He looks like someone from the Capitol in the Hunger Games books.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
510. I think facial hair in the 60s and early 70s had a negative connotation since it was associated with hippies, and a lot of corporations wanted a clean-cut look.
Oh, okay.
650. I've run beta breakers twice. Never again. I don't need tortillas flying at my head. Danielle in Livermore.
It's part of the tradition, though.
It is. Silly, but real.
I'd be more worried about the nude chaunch, waggling behind me. I would be like, this is.
Well, that's how you get an oasis in the crowd of people. People keep their distance from the naked dude. Why is it always a dude?
Because girls know better.
Look at it. Just look at it.
707. Maddie seems like a catch, but a no-go because of his relationship status.
You are a catch, so maybe that's what's holding you back.
Geez,
50% of women are.
They say so.
Yeah.
That song's funny. We'll have later. 650.
If you win, only if you win.
I've got to win.
You better not.
Edwin made me a song, and we're gonna. If I win today,
our evil genius listener.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
650. I actually got into a fight with my partner and deleted their Netflix profile just to piss them off.
That is how we get back at people now? That's funny.
707. Sell the house, split the kids and the dog, but I'm keeping Netflix, buddy.
split the kids. It's funny. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to tackle some listener problems. It's bad advice next. Alice, 97.3. Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Hello, Friday. You're looking good out there. It's already beautiful, which is nice. Sometimes it's all socked in the city, and you're like, well, I hear it's sunny other places, but not today. Today, it's us. This part of the show is brought to you by your chance at sold-out Bottle Rock tickets. That is next weekend. And if you win this set of tickets today, you get to pick which day you want to go. It is the single day, sold out, pick your day tickets to Bottle Rock. If you go next Friday, 1 week from today, you'll be seeing Lorde. She's the headliner Friday. Foo Fighters on Saturday. Backstreet Boys on Sunday. And there are, if you have never been to Bottle Rock, it is an experience. It's a big area. It's a big festival. There's the big main stage. There's a bunch of cool side stages. There's the culinary stage. It's so much more than, it's so much.
They got it worked out.
They really do. And there's like a lot of wine stuff there. Obviously the culinary stuff. It's like wine and food. Like even the food itself is elevated. They do, I want to say, I don't know if they're food trucks or if it's just like these like really kind of beefed up kiosks. I can't remember if I was walking up to the side of a truck or not, but they've got this culinary stage is ringed by all of these really high-end, delicious food places.
I think the food truck sort of thing ends up in a booth. Not that the truck ends up there, but they're whatever
they had to cart it all
there's
in.
There's the lobster.
Yeah, they do lobster rolls.
So I would imagine that's how they just set up for the weekend. There's guys out there too. You know, parking is always a thing. Yeah. We parked very far away and jumped in a pedicab. And I was talking to the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm camping here for 3 days. This
is what I'm doing.
I'm making my living doing this. I'm gonna camp. And a lot of these guys do that. They just come out. They're riding you back and forth all day.
Did he have an e-bike, or was it full on?
No, it was a regular bike,
an acoustic bike.
That may change. This was a couple years back, but. Either way, it was cool, and it was fun.
Well, if you win these tickets, you get to pick which day you want to go. It's all courtesy of Bottle Rock, and it's all happening next weekend, May 22nd through the 24th in Napa Valley. Bottle Rock. Call or text us, 800-400-3697. Certainly in this next segment, we welcome your feedback. Maybe we missed the mark. Doubt it, but it's possible as we solve our listeners' problems. And if you've got a problem, remember, you can always email it to us at badadvice973@gmail.com. I always feel like sometimes I check it a few times during the day. I go to bed. I've looked at all the things. And then it's in the morning when I look at it that there'll be like 3 or 4 new problems. I'm like, the middle of the night problem. The thing you're sitting there, it's keeping you awake. Write it down for us. Let us sort that out for you. Okay, we're going to begin with... I guess I just won't say this person's name.
What? Oh, right.
Seeing if she says not to. Dear Alice family, here is my problem. It involves a friendship or a former friendship that I'd like to rekindle, and I don't know if I should or even how to. Here's the problem. A good friend of mine, a former friend of mine,
Are we talking about a boyfriend or girlfriend?
There's a friend.
Just a friend,
This is a woman and her friend.
All right.
I believe it's a woman. A good friend of mine, a former friend of mine, who was very warm, loving, kind, and generous, and all things friends should be, except for this one issue. Whenever we would talk, via the phone usually, there was always something unpleasant going on in her life, or something that she couldn't take, or somebody she couldn't stand. Me, being the good Libra friend that I am, would always try to give a suggestion or advice that I thought would be helpful. Her response was always harsh. That's not it. That won't do. No. So after a while, I decided it's too draining to try to help her communicate because there was no placating her, and she just wanted to, it's like the whole thing where we've got a God-given right to complain. And this person, she's actually getting bitten back so you just want me to listen. So I decided to tell her that this is my issue and that she was draining me emotionally and that I was dreading even having conversations with her. Well, she decided to tell me what it was about me that bothered her. And you'll love this. It was the fact that whenever she would tell me something, I could never remember the endless, countless, minute details of her life. I thought, isn't that rich? Lol. So anyway, she dropped me. She wouldn't return any emails or phone calls. I know she's pissed off. It's been well over a year, but I miss her. The caring her. What should I do? Signed, lost, confused, scared, and still a little annoyed. I feel like you solved your own problem a year ago. and you're crazy to want to let this person back in your life. It sounds like a terrible person, and you're well shut of them.
It doesn't. Did I miss the part? Maybe she's saying they mostly were friends on the phone.
No, she said they would talk. They were friends, and she was a good friend, and they would talk. She said whenever we would talk, mostly on the phone, there was something unpleasant going on in her life. And there are people who need phone maintenance. There just are.
Yeah.
You got to wean those people out of your life. I'm not going to sit on the phone with you all day. I'm trying to give myself a brain aneurysm. Stop it.
Well, I have one friend whose drama is always on display, and I don't mind because I'll just sit there and just hear it and be like, whatever.
Did you go to lunch with this?
No, I'm a man. We don't go to lunch with our man friends.
You just went to lunch with your man friends just the other day.
That was a work event.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I'm just saying, I don't mind. I'll listen. Tell me a story or whatever. But I'm not also trying to solve it, and I'm not taking it to heart because I know this person will have a new drama another day. That is just the way it is.
If they do have a new drama every time, that's refreshing. I ditched a friend because every time I would go to lunch with her, or I wasn't talking to her on the phone, but I would catch up every couple of weeks. We'd go out for lunch. And it was always the same. It was the same person that she was bitching about the same things, that she was bitching about all the problems that she was having. And I would, and the first few times you're like, try this. What about this? You're just trying to be a helpful friend. And then I'm like, okay, so she just enjoys bitching about this person.
Yeah, I think
in the situation.
I have absolutely.
But I was sick of it.
Well, then that makes I don't mind get your frustration, get it out. It's very one-sided because I'm certainly not going to sit down with this friend of mine and be like, well, now let me tell you about what's wrong in my marriage or what's wrong with at work or what they do. And he doesn't.
Right. And she didn't.
And so, but I don't mind because I'm not going to get into that stuff with him.
Plus, you've talked for 4 hours that day anyway.
That's part of it.
I actually like friends that'll keep the conversation going.
I don't mind just sitting there and letting it wash over me. Yeah. It's all good. So I do think that, and you hear this about men mostly, really, that when a woman is venting and saying what's wrong in her life, a guy feels the need to fix it. Yeah. Let's fix that for you. And often a woman will say, I'm not looking for you to fix my problem. I just needed to express how I'm feeling about a certain situation in my life.
And sometimes that is the solution.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I got it out.
Get it off my chest.
And I have a teammate who listened to it, understood, and was supportive. Like the worst thing you can do is when you go, well, what, don't you think that maybe you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I was not asking for you to tell me what I'm doing wrong. I was telling you so you would support me unconditionally.
Well, and guys, back to the guy thing, which this is 2 women, but guys will feel like they should fix this thing for you. Mm. Here's what you should do.
Yeah.
You know what you should do is, well, that isn't always what someone wants to hear.
Right.
So I would suggest, though, okay, back to this person's problem. If I were trying to get back together with a friend that I would approach them in person and I would have a conversation with them face to face about how I miss you. I miss you. And I made a mistake or whatever when I, told you what's what. And I hurt your feelings, obviously.
And you hurt mine.
And you hurt mine. Look, I get that, though. There are even times where I tell my 7-year-old something and she'll go, no. And I'm like, what? You might want to consider I have a little more life experience than you. Maybe I'm right.
No, you're not.
And you get that like, what the? But in reality,
with an eye roll soon to come.
In reality, you just need to zip it. Let this person get it off their chest and move on. If you clearly miss them, just stop trying to fix their thing for them.
I say your problem was solved a year ago. I get it. You know what? This is why people get back together and then break up again, because they forget all the things. Like, you're like, oh, it wasn't so bad. I loved this person. I can't even really remember why we broke up in the first place. As soon as you get on the phone with her and she starts bitching about her stuff again, you're going to be like, oh yeah, this.
Well, I'm with Vinnie though. I I have a friend that always has the same problem and is always bitching about it. And at first I was like trying to give suggestions and then realized there's no sense in it. She just needs to vent. So just let her vent and let her, and then let her feel better. And I also think we use that word boundaries. It's kind of overused, but like get back with her, talk with her, set some boundaries and see if it works out. If it doesn't, whatever, you're out a friend again. But I mean, why not give it a shot, Sarah?
No, I'm done with that lady. And how dare she turn it around on you? You were trying to be a nice listener.
Well, it's weird that's the way that went down. But I do think, we all have sort of communication problems, but at the heart of a friendship should just be two people who like each other and have some shared experiences, and you should just try to be friendly with one another. Like that at the core is what friendship's about, being friendly to one another.
Yeah, I feel like don't do it, but if you really must, then listen to the boys.
There's not enough in this note to be sure, but like you have a million friends. You didn't for a long time when we first moved here.
Well, we had moved every 2 years for many years.
And then through your kids, you found this very big friend group. And so you're not looking for any more stuff because you've got a pretty solid group and you guys do things together and jam together and party together. So like, that's cool. You don't need, this person may not have a lot of friends.
Yeah, that's true.
That's writing in.
Couple texts. Let's see here. 415. Start the conversation. Are you looking for support or do you just want me to listen and do you want advice? Okay.
That's a way.
That is actually a pretty direct, that's not insulting either.
310. Sarah nailed it as usual. 415. Can you explain, Vinny, why you don't go to lunch with male friends? And I'm going to lunch with a male friend today,
John
by
goes
the
to
way.
lunch with guys. Well, actually, he goes to golf with guys and they eat lunch while they're there.
Yeah, that's not the same as like sitting down and going to lunch to catch
You're
up.
right.
It's because of my lifestyle and where my friends are. Like I'm commuting home at lunchtime.
I want to eat lunch at 10:30. That's when I'm already starving.
I almost always, and this is not me complaining, but I almost always am eating lunch at a New Leaf or a Whole Foods at the salad bar, and I'm walking out of there with this little meal I'm going to eat. And
that salad you made the other day. It looked delicious.
I'm on salads right now. As you know, I've got a couple LBs to drop. But that's where I eat lunch. Has nothing to do with hating my friends, but I don't have people available in the middle of the day to be like, hey, let's have some lunch.
And a lot of restaurants don't open until 11:30 anyway.
Right.
Which is, so I have friends who want to go, and I actually don't love going out to lunch. I feel like I want to eat the minute I get home. I know what I'm going to have, and then I got my other stuff I got to do that day. And then now I got to go home, wait for an hour and a half, starving to death, for some restaurant to open. Oh.
No, when I get to spend time with a friend, I'll give you an example. My friend Brian McCutcheon. We get together and go surfing.
Yeah, see? You have like a shared interest. You can chit-chat or not.
I mostly will do that by myself as well, but when we are going to get together, that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Or we get the families together, and that's just a whole thing. It's an event.
Right. It's kind of like a little family party.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why I don't.
Anybody else want to weigh in on this one before I go on to the next one? Next bad advice?
Oh,
this is
the one.
Get
to
Batter up.
Here we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is from a man. Good morning. First off, I'm a longtime listener who has a long commute to work each morning, and your show makes my drive enjoyable, even on the worst days. So thank you, and please keep me anonymous. Thank God he put that in there.
I feel you.
Yeah.
With the drive.
I have been married to my incredible wife for 8 years. We have 2 awesome kids. We have a great life and are very happy for the most part.
But
over the past year or so, I have really been questioning my sexuality.
Oh.
I've always been open-minded and always thought I might be bisexual. A few months ago, a buddy and I had a little bit too much to drink, and he got really touchy with me. He has a girlfriend, which kind of threw me off. I can't stop thinking about him and about that night. I'm really attracted to him, and I would love to hook up with him. I'm assuming he's bi or gay, or maybe he was just drunk. Anyway, I experimented with a guy in college. They did that one thing to each other. He says, I don't think you can say that one on the air. Can't. But I think everybody knows what you're talking about.
Is it Kissing Australia?
Uh-huh. Anyway, I experimented with a guy in college and really enjoyed it. Women are beautiful, but wieners are fun. Haha. I suppressed my feelings after college, but now they're coming back. I love my wife, but I literally cannot stop thinking about being intimate with a guy. I have even watched gay porn recently, and I kind of enjoyed it. I've been really sad, confused, and frustrated lately. I've never met you guys, but I really value your opinions. I know what advice Bob will give. Thank goodness he's giving Bob's advice for her. Life is short. Talk to my wife and hook up with a guy. Talk to your wife and hook up with a guy. That's Bob's advice. And that is exactly what she would say.
Nailed it.
Might be what I say, too. But I really value your opinions. My biggest fear is that I'm gay. Fear that he's gay. Or bisexual and will tear my marriage apart. My wife is definitely a little more conservative and not as open-minded. She would not be okay with me experimenting. Sincerely, a confused bisexual or maybe closeted gay man. Ooh. All right, I went first last time. Somebody else go first. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Well, so the part that he ended with, which is I might be gay, is the big catch. If you were talking about a simple hookup, I would say, be it a man or a woman, do not throw your family unit in the garbage over a hookup.
Because you're curious and you were turned on, and that's not an itch that you're going to scratch and be done with.
That is the whole point of locking. Like when people, I locked him down or I locked her down, is that you've got them to yourself, and that's the idea.
You've made a commitment
of
to
a
someone.
Traditional marriage, which is you and me, and we start.
And you have 2 kids. Like you have committed to
a
family situation.
So what I would say is, if this is simply just experiment, believe me, most people see someone they'd love to experiment with, whatever their situation may be.
Right.
I would love to experiment with that lady, but the point is, you don't get you will be potentially throwing away your family unit over that experiment. But it sounds to me way more like that you have suppressed real desire to be traditional, and now you find yourself in that place where it can't be contained. So if that's the case, I would say you're wasting her life and your own, unfortunately, living a lie.
I actually agree. Well, I'll let you.
Dude, you're gay. I think you're gay, and you're just you think that you put it down for a long time, but it sounds like you're gay. Go be gay. Tell your wife what's going on. See if she's okay with it. But if she's not, it sounds like this is something the rest of your life you'll be sitting on a big part of who you are, and regretting it, and you'll end up making it much worse. Be worse on her, worse on the kids, worse on everybody.
I do think that my feeling on this is that this is a decision that you have to make. I'm not saying you get to decide to be gay or not. I'm saying that you have made a commitment to a woman and you have 2 children with her. And I would never say, just experiment and cheat. Like, I think cheating is no good. If you can help yourself. I'm not saying people don't do it, and I'm not condemning anyone who does, but I feel like you owe it to that wife to maybe go talk to a therapist, talk to someone, try to get your own head around who you are and what you want, because now is the time, not sneaking around and she finds out and now the kids are, 25 years old and all of a sudden dad's coming out of the closet. Like, no, just figure out who you are, make a decision, and go with it.
Let me ask you a question. If John came to you, this is your husband of 30 years.
Yes.
And he came to you and said, I don't know any other way than to just say it. I'm gay and I want to pursue a relationship with a man. What would you do?
Well,
because I know if my wife came to me and said, I have figured out that I'm lesbian and I cannot suppress it anymore. This is just me.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I encourage you to go do that.
Find out who you are.
I
Live
want
your
you to
best
go
life.
live that life. I do not want to hold you back. I have never been someone who, like, that whole, don't leave me. what do I have to do? Like, I don't think you can keep people in your life that way. Like, that's not how it works.
Well, and also, if they've just come out to you about their sexuality, no matter how much begging you do, it's not going to change the fact that they are who they are.
So I personally would say to a person my wife who came to me, I would say, unless she absolutely was lesbian and knew the whole time and this whole thing was a lie from go, I would be like, yeah, then that's what we need to do. Because we have 2 kids and we've got to stay solid adult human beings for their sake. You know?
Yeah.
So what would you say to John?
Well, I'd be really surprised. And I would still not want to lose him. I do feel like I don't know that I could. I don't know. I would be like, okay, you have to go figure that out. But if you're saying you're gay, then I'm going to accept that this is the end of our sexual relationship.
Yeah, there's a reality where I think some
probably
people
our marriage
might try to, like maybe even Bob might try to come up with a way
I can be cool about this.
We can, sort of work around. You can still go have that, but have this too. That's not for me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to say you should go be gay when you want. Like every other weekend you can go be gay.
Yeah, go on a gay retreat, whatever.
I can't have that. Like
you would want to be able to focus on whatever your future happiness is.
I want to be with a person who wants me, and you should be with someone that you want.
I'd be like, okay, move into the guest house, and I'll just live here in the house, and we'll hang out. I'll bring you lunch, and we'll.
I don't want to lose my guitar player.
And that's. I mean, honestly, that's one of the big things. Plus, who's going to make me dinner?
Right.
He really is a good cook.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know that there's an easy answer here. I personally think you should go talk to someone. First step, ask your radio station. Solid. Check. Now, find someone to talk to about this. Sort this out for yourself. Know who you are, know what you want, and make a decision. It's better for your kids.
I do think the tear here, part of the reason for the letter, and maybe I'm wrong, is that what if he were to say all this stuff before he tries this person out, and then he tries the person out and realizes, you know what, I'm not gay.
Yeah, I was just like in some weird thought pattern.
We worked with someone who was married, and he told his wife that he thought he was gay, and she's like, well, how do you know if you haven't done anything? And he's like, well, okay, yeah, I've done stuff. So they ended up being friends after that, but yeah. So like, if you haven't tried it,
this guy has tried it.
Yeah, he has.
He's had some experimenting, and he's turned on by this friend of his.
I think that if you find yourself preferring to look at 2 men together when you're looking for inspiration, then that's pretty clear indicator that you're into that.
Couple
and
texts.
Maybe the wife is like, all right, well, I'm busy raising the kids, and you hang out and go to, who the hell knows? But you can't just live a lie.
Well, you also can't bet on that being the reaction, because I
won't
think
be
the
the
reaction
reaction.
will be, well, then we need to separate.
Thank you. You've just blown my life up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
A couple texts. We have somebody on line 1 who actually had a dad who was her name is Tracy.
All right, hold on a second. It takes me a second.
Yeah, I know.
That's all right.
A couple
Tracy.
texts while you get that up.
All right, I got it.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Tracy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, your thoughts. You have someone who came out later in life?
Well, no, he never came out. So my father, who was a military gay man for 25 years, military colonel for 25 years in the military, married 25 years, never really officially came out. But after my mom passed and after he passed, in his funeral, the room was full of his gay men friends. And this was never discussed. And he was illustrated and the band played on. Actually, it was the author who did another book about military people, gay military people that were in the closet. And my dad was actually highlighted in that book.
Oh.
And it was just a trip. Like, it was a total trip. Even to this day, amongst my siblings, we talk about, Dad never talked about it. It was never mentioned. But after my mom died, he had a lifelong companion until he passed. It was an absolute trip.
Do you think better of him that he stuck to the family unit and did that on the down low, or are you sad that he, like, it's almost tragic that he had to live a lie to keep up whatever
appearances? Right.
So yeah, it was tragic because I think there was deep down, because he was from the South, he was in the military. I think deep down he really hated himself, but at the same time he wasn't able. Like, I think my mom was miserable in that marriage. Like,
Right.
she ended up, she was an alcoholic. Like, I think she really struggled in that. And I feel sad because, I'm from, California, the Bay Area, and for years I tried to get him to open up about it, but he would never, ever talk about it. In fact, I had a friend that's gay, very close friend, and he and I went, because they lived in Shreveport, Louisiana, my dad did, and we both went back, and he was trying to get my dad to talk about it, my dad was a storyteller, whatever, and he said to me, she's never going to talk about it. And even the close friends that I would meet after my mom passed, and you saw that he had these friends and relationships, they would never talk about it. Like, it was so tightly.
It's so sad.
tragic.
It's actually really
tragic.
it is
Absolutely.
tragic. But in
It
the
was
end,
sad.
he
It was
got to have a
sad.
partnership, and obviously he had a life that he enjoyed. And
Yeah.
But what a tear! Like, and you grow up here where it's like, who cares, Dad? It's fine.
So let me ask you a question. What was your name again?
Tracy.
Tracy. So hearing that letter that we just read, what would you say to this
Yes.
man, having seen that within your own family? Would you say this guy should go be gay, or do you think this guy should carry out his vows and live his life as he's planned it?
I guess the question is, what's the barrier for him coming out? Like, what is preventing him? Because I think
The
that
marriage.
if he
It's
can
the
be
marriage.
authentic
The wife
for
and
him-
kids.
Yeah.
Right. So does the wife and kids know? So then that's the first question I would have.
Apparently
and then
not
secondly,
yet,
If they
no.
don't,
The
Not yet.
texters are saying
I
a lot
feel
of
like
a couple gay folks texted in and said she knows.
Oh.
Like
well,
they think
I
that
don't
she
see
probably
how you
knows.
could not know, honestly.
So you think your mom knew?
But I think that if I don't know. I never, because I was 19 when she died. I don't know. It was never discussed. But I think she had to have known, because my dad also was put on trial in 1968 when he was in the military because he was seen in an area he wasn't supposed to be seen, and there was a 9-month trial. And I found that out like when I was 17. I mean, it's
Oh,
just
my
like,
God.
It just goes.
She knew.
Okay.
Yeah,
So she
yeah.
knew.
So my mom knew, but I think that if he can be more authentic and be who he is, I think that the fear of him saying something far exceeds the actual being honest, and I think he'll have a more authentic life, a happier life.
Be true to
Absolutely.
yourself.
And when
who
you think
are.
about
Yeah.
what
All right, thank
she's
you,
talk-
Tracy.
Thanks, Tracy. When you think about what she's saying, it's that beard thing.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the worst possible thing you can do to someone else's life is to make them live a
Use
lie
them
too.
as cover.
Like, that is them living. They're living a lie as well.
Yep.
And that she talks about her mom. I'm sure her mom. It was a time when people didn't talk about it in a
Right.
place where it was less accepted. She was probably stuck and probably they'd stopped being together many years before she
had a couple kids, and he was like, great, got my family.
right.
Went on with his life.
I know we're getting late, but 408. I was married to someone for 16 years who finally told me he was gay. It destroyed our family. My kids all took sides and don't even speak to each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, sometimes to get to something true and good in your life, you have to open up and tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may, and do your best to try to understand what they're going through and hope that they'll try to understand what you're going through. I mean, there is no simple solution to this.
No, but I do think that you can't sit there and live a lie.
I agree.
With any kind of hope that you'll have a joyful life.
Well, you'll never be whole.
You'll always
Be hiding something.
Yeah.
There'll always be that little just feeling inside you that you're lying to this person or you're lying to that person. Or
Gosh, this
mostly
one's a
you're lying
doozy,
to
but
yourself.
I
know.
really want you to follow up with us.
Yes, please.
When you decide what it is you're going to do. I think you're just looking for that the push, and I think it's the right thing to do, is to just go be honest and go live your best life, and hopefully the reaction isn't that everyone has to take sides and it becomes this I'm going with dad and you're going with mom kind of thing. That's
I'm
that's
just telling
tragic.
you who I am and trying to be honest with you. I'm your dad. Yes, we want feedback. The woman who's broken up with a friend or not, that's also somebody that would be interesting to hear back what they decide to do. And of course, you can always send that stuff to badadvice973@gmail.com. What? Oh, you're pointing at the clock. The clock, the schlock. Come on, the schlock. Thanks for writing in, and we'll be back in a second. Alice, 97.3, Sarah Vinnie, Alice's morning show at home, in the car, just avoiding people. Stream Alice wherever you are on Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or the TuneIn app.
What's up, everyone? This Alice Report is brought to you by Jambar Organic Energy Bars. Cutting down on processed foods but still crave tasty snacks? You're going to love Jam Bars. Available at stores including Whole Foods, Safeway, Nugget, Molly Stone's, and Good Earth Markets.
Yummy.
And we do want you to listen to our show, but don't avoid people by listening to our show. Bring them along. Invite them in. Share us.
Yeah, give them one of your earbuds. They can
We're
stick it
here
in their
for you
stinky
all.
ear.
Yeah. It's great. Right?
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, sure. Who hasn't put their headphones on and pretended they were on a phone call, though? Come on. Sorry, I'm on the phone.
Everybody. I know.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, so real quick, beautiful weather here in downtown San Francisco as we kick off the weekend. Beta Breakers is Sunday, starts at 8 a.m. That will cause some road closures and traffic. So check it out before you come into the city if you're... And those of you who live along the route, you know this. This is coming for you.
Yep. If you just moved to town, it'd be funny if it's going right by your house.
Please don't bathroom in my front yard.
Yeah.
Runners.
Please.
That's one of the things.
Set up an electric fence. It'll work.
Well, that's one way to show them, isn't it? Hey, I wanted to mention this real quick. I'm not the most savvy social media person, and our social media person isn't here today.
She's busy posting on social media from Chicago.
Right. She's party peopling. Instagram has launched a new feature, and it sounds like something your kids used to do, Sarah. Whatever app they were on where they used to have to take a picture of wherever they were in real time right now with no editing and just, this is what
it would tell you. It would be maybe even a different time of each day, but they'd get the alert and they'd have to take a picture right then. And I think it took a picture of their face and like out of both sides of the camera. Here's where I am and here's what I'm looking like or something like that.
The Instagram you're currently using, Instagram, just launched a new photo capturing feature geared towards Gen Z users.
Okay.
It's a way to post 24, like, I thought that's what the whole reels across the top of the thing was, a 24-hour snapshot.
Right, stories.
Stories, that's what it's called. Thank you. They're saying these are unedited. Do you edit your ever? Are you editing? You edit? Are you editing?
Yeah, sometimes if I'm looking, I might zoom it in or I might put a filter on it or something.
Oh, I don't do any of that. So I'm already doing the 24-hour unedited photo post. But these guys are saying, I guess that's the norm is your stories are curated and edited and filtered.
Put some little, words on there, yeah.
These Instagram instants are in-the-moment photos and videos that disappear after 24 hours. This feature is designed for quick, casual sharing and can be accessed through the Messages tab. So there's something new on your Instagram if you're interested.
Messages.
I just saw more than one story about it and thought, well, I know that's the thing most people are on.
Yeah, everybody's on Instagram. Do it for the gram.
There's a something there called Instants Instagram, and it's accessed through the Messages tab. It's a way to provide a more authentic and spontaneous way of sharing experiences, similar to Snapchat and Be Real.
Be Real. I think that was
I think
that's
too.
what it was.
So there's that.
Okay. That's, if I got to go searching for it, I'm definitely never going to find it.
What do you?
On Instagram? Like already I'm like, can I just scroll? I got to look at everybody's story too. I don't know. Now I got to go into my messages.
Well, I mean, is it that far?
Feels far.
I bet you have 1,000 messages sitting on Instagram right now.
Who, me?
Yeah.
From who?
Me?
Listeners send stories and things and all kinds of stuff. I'm sure you're getting, you have this.
You know what? Why don't you log out of my account and start answering those, huh? Would you?
Sounds like a Bob job.
She loves when I give her new jobs.
Well, she's very social media savvy, so I don't think she'd be entirely against it. I haven't heard her mention this instance thing at all. So
yeah, no, this is the first time hearing of it.
speaking,
It's called Instance?
Instance
Oh,
on
that's
Instagram,
Interesting.
and there you go.
All right.
We've heard these stories. This is another one.
Oh.
A man online said he just finally, after a decade of being locked out of his Bitcoin wallet, was able to access his money.
No.
Here's the story. He had $400K in Bitcoin, and he was locked out of his crypto wallet for a decade. The reason is he forgot the password because he was always high in college.
Oh, that happens.
And for the nearly 11 years since he had this crypto wallet with $400K in Bitcoin on it, he's been trying nonstop combinations to get back into his account.
Oh, it wasn't one of those ones where you only get 3 guesses?
I guess not. But finally, after years of failed guesses, he turned to Anthropic's AI bot, Claude. Claude is an AI.
Okay.
It's one of the ones you hear people talking about using.
Yeah.
I think it's the one the missus is using at work to do all this stuff that she could never do by herself without it. What did she make? Bob called it a screen.
It was like a home page, like dashboard.
Dashboard! Like she made this whole thing with the use of Claude.
Okay.
In this case, a guy had been trying to crack the combination on his Bitcoin crypto wallet, hadn't been able to, but Claude was able to.
How?
All the man had to do was upload old files from his college computer, and it found an earlier wallet file from before the password changed. And that helped him finally unlock the account.
Oh.
He revealed his password, which in part was LOL420.
Oh,
so that there it ended with an inappropriate lyric from NWA.
Oh.
So he came up with a genius password that he never could remember.
So, oh my God. So let me ask you this. Now it's worth 400K, so it's like 4 Bitcoins?
The guy was so thankful after cashing out $400,000 in Bitcoin that he joked he wants to name his future child Anthropic CEO Dario Amode.
Why not just Claude?
Claude would be better. Well, Dario's a neat name. I don't have a problem
Yeah,
with
but
that.
don't name your kid Anthropic.
I don't know that.
Come on.
Well, either way.
Stop it.
How's that?
Who are you, Grimes?
It broke into his...
That's great. I'm just wondering, like, how many Bitcoins did he have? Because...
Well, how much is 400K worth
Well,
of
I don't
Bitcoin?
know. I
It's
haven't
about
looked.
4. It's about 4.
Yeah, it's like 4 of them. Although it was down for a while.
It's been down right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
it's
it might
not-
be like 8 of them. Who knows?
I had a little bit of that, and I haven't
I can't.
was up.
I have 0.6 of a Bitcoin somewhere.
at one point, but I am now I'm at even. So, whatever.
Let's find out what Bitcoin is at. Hang on. It's at almost $80,000 right now.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So he's got like 5 of them, I guess.
Good for him. Imagine all these years you're like, I'm rich. I just can't get at my money.
Well, it's too bad he didn't figure this out when it was at like $120,000 a Bitcoin.
Well, it's if you talk to people, it'll come back. I don't know.
That's what I hear, Vin.
I wouldn't advise anybody to get into the Bitcoin biz, but
The Winklevoss twins did pretty good with that, though.
yeah, they were in early.
Yeah. I think they cash out at $11 billion.
All the
or
people
something.
who get into things early, this whole internet thing was around. We just didn't know.
If only we'd known.
There were people who went,
This is
Amazon,
the
I'm going to put
future.
some money in that, and are done.
Mm.
Maybe even generationally. Like the kids are like, yeah, we're good forever.
Well, there's no way we could spend all this money. Mm.
Our text number is 800-400-3697. We've had a lot go down today, including some great bad advices.
Yeah.
In fact,
thank you.
I
You came
can't
through
get,
this week.
yeah, thank you for that. I can't get over that
I
one.
know. I hope he writes us back. This is a guy who's married, has kids. I think he's been married for 8 years, and he's like, I think I'm gay.
Well, and it started with, I have a great marriage.
I love my wife and my kids.
And yet it doesn't sound like you can use that word if you've got such curiosity elsewhere.
Right. Well, you can still have a great relationship with your wife and your kids and love your family. It's, and be really interested in being sexual elsewhere. I mean, he could be happy he doesn't want to blow the marriage up, but he wants to do this other thing. You got to write us back though, mister.
And how are the texters today, Maddie?
Let's see. A couple on that one. Let's because we got so many on those. 415, hi, all. I've been the woman in this situation and was lied to and found out. My advice is to get therapy, make a decision, and be 100% okay with it. Then talk to your wife.
Yeah, I do think that's...
Talk to someone.
Look, Maddie was definitive and said, you're gay, bro. I'm not so sure, and I don't know that you do want to go and blow up your marriage, because as soon as you say, I've got an eye for something you don't have...
Now she knows.
And she's
You've
probably injured by that.
Right. And maybe she may just be like, I can't be married to a gay guy.
Right.
And then he finds out he's not later, and...
Whoops.
Yeah, 415 said, Maddie, being gay isn't just only about sex. And I'm not saying it is. And this might just be a sexual thing for him. And that's a whole nother thing. Like
maybe it's just a kink.
If it's something he likes his relationship. But yeah, all signs point to
he did
gay.
make a commitment, though, to that relationship.
Well, and I know someone who is gay married, but he has told me many times he loved being with women, but he's made a commitment to this man, and so he doesn't get to play the field anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But he was both.
707, thank you, Sarah Vinnie and Maddie. My favorite part of the show is bad advice. Today was very good advice. Michelle and Napa.
Thanks, Michelle.
It was a doozy.
Michelle, if you ever have a problem, let us know.
Here we are.
925, my 14-year-old and her friends are going crazy with Instance right now. Benjamin in MTZ, I guess Martinez.
Yeah, that is the new thing, and I did want parents to know what that is. That's there, and that they're on it.
So it's like just a picture story?
I don't understand.
I don't.
Yeah, I didn't get it either, and it's weird that
Just
Instagram,
another way to use it.
Well, Instagram has all the people. So it's smart of them, even though they're stealing Be Real and Snapchat's gig, maybe that's going to work for them.
Maybe.
A lot of texts saying that they think the wife already knows, but it doesn't sound like it.
Well, she might, and she might not. And she might just be, she's maybe going through her own thing. But we didn't hear from her, so we don't really know.
If your relationship, it sounds like physically they're probably not together. That's my guess. And she may be struggling with that, but doesn't know how to address it or deal with it. Or maybe, who knows, she might be relieved. If you hear Sarah tell it, she wants no part of that.
It never crosses my mind.
Right. So, maybe
I'll do it if I have to.
Right. Maybe this lady's good with that, or maybe this lady is sitting there suffering silently going, I don't know how to address this problem.
About what we're not having.
Right.
One more on this topic, 707. If he truly is gay, he's just going through the motions of being straight. He's going to be miserable. I got divorced in my early 40s with 2 young kids because my ex was cheating on me with a woman. At the end of the day, happy parents, happy kids. Your kids will be fine. You just need to be true to yourself.
I agree.
Be true to yourself.
What's coming up in the trash, Sarah?
Nice to hear that Brittany is doing just great.
Oh, all right.
Alice, 97.3, Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, station, whatever it is. The Saturday morning special's happening. On Saturdays, there's the 6th day of Sarah and Vinnie. So if you want more of us, don't worry about it. We're there every Saturday morning from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on Alice. You can call or text us, 800-400-3697, and email us anytime at sarahandvinny@odyssey.com. Happy Friday. I feel like we're all pretty excited about it being Friday.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Bob is already at the party.
Oh, she started the party last night.
Right.
In Chicago. So, Britney Spears.
Okay.
She left her posh rehab in Maine, and now she's fixed, right? Just read this headline. You'll see that she's all set now, and we don't have to worry about her anymore. Here's a headline I saw first thing this morning. Britney's rep explains why she was at a restaurant barking like a dog and wielding a knife.
Oh, man. So she's back on the junk.
No idea. I don't know I don't know what's going on with her. I'm going to tell you this story, but I did go, oh, no. Seems like she's back on whatever she was on. Britney Spears went to a restaurant called the Blue Dog Tavern in L.A. on Wednesday night. And you'll never believe this. Witnesses say she was acting weird. Britney was there with a man and a woman, her assistant and her bodyguard. And at times during her meal, she was raising her voice, yelling, and barking like a dog. She was also seen walking through the restaurant holding a knife. And after they finished their dinner, their table looked like, quote, a toddler had eaten there.
It's not good.
No. Britney has a rep who's a bit of a spin doctor. This is a perfectly reasonable explanation for this. This is completely blown out of proportion. Britney was simply telling the story about how her dog was barking at the neighbors. At no point did she put anyone in danger with a knife. She was cutting her hamburger in half. Another couple of diners, though, have things to say about this. One of them said, "The surprise. No, I was there. It was weird." One says, Britney was being a handful. Another said, she was a nuisance. She's not a nuisance, though. You're sitting in the Blue Dog Tavern in L.A., and you're getting to watch the Britney Spears show.
It's just a little joint in Sherman Oaks.
Is that so?
Yeah, so it's like not a fancy anything. Like it's.
Does she live in Sherman Oaks?
Well, she lives in Calabasas. So
is it far?
No.
Okay.
No.
Or maybe they were just out and about somewhere.
No, Sherman Oaks it's all close there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you tasked me with defending her, I might say something along the lines of, having been through rehab for alcoholism, there's some of the things they will tell you is it takes a while just to get your marbles back after having been, destroying yourself with drug and drink. It takes a while to get them back, and then it takes even longer to know what to do with them. So there's a minute there where you are still, there's an imbalance. Hold on, no hands yet. That you have been doing one thing to yourself, and now you've removed that. Your body has learned to live with that, and now you've removed it. There's some imbalance there. That could be. Okay, Sarah, your hand is up.
Is there ever a recommendation to just sort of stay home and find your marbles? Why go out?
It's what I would say.
Get some takeout.
But I don't know. Maybe they were running errands and this one of them found themselves hung. That part I don't really get. And you're Britney Spears, which means if you're someone who has, behavioral outbursts, you don't really want to be out because you're known. And now this is the story now, even though you're supposed to be clean.
Yeah.
Or she went and, had a stash and found it and got right back to work on that.
Right.
Well, I mean, we know from the whole Chandler Bing situation that if you want it and you're a star, you will find a way to get it. And there are people who are ready to handle that for you.
And that's not just stardom. That's also money.
Yeah.
You got a ton of dough, you definitely will find someone who will get you what you need.
I got a guy. And I'm sure there's offers made all the time. People want to be friends with the famous people or the rich people. Yeah, I would love to be in your orbit.
I don't know who hires her people either.
Well, she doesn't have a conservatorship anymore.
Right.
I'm guessing it's
her dad
her.
was hiring this security, her dad might say, you are to never get her and give a list. No Percocet. No this, no that. None of that. That is not your job. Your job is to keep her from
And
doing it.
she's home by 10 p.m.
But
and you don't take her anywhere if she's acting erratically?
If she's hiring her own people, that person may be thinking, I have to do what she's asking.
I have
that's
to be a
the
yes
gig.
man or I get fired.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the people around, I think I really started to have my eyes open to this during the Michael Jackson. He owns a doctor who gets him polypropylene. I can't even.
Propofol.
That's close. Propofol.
It doesn't matter. The point is
The
the
milk,
guy
mother's
was
milk,
the
whatever
guy
he
was
called it.
getting like some kind of drug that only is used in surgery.
Right. It's not a sleep aid. It's an anesthetic. And he, of course the guy would get it for him because he wanted to continue to work and be paid by
And that
Michael
doctor,
Jackson.
for the record, went to jail.
Yes. Yes, he did.
So.
And isn't a doctor anymore, I don't believe. I think they
how
yanked
could he
it.
be?
Right. It seems like that right should be revoked. Anyway, Britney Spears, I'm sorry to report this headline. Britney's rep explains why she was at a restaurant barking like a dog and wielding a knife. Honestly, go ahead. Try and explain it to us. Can't be done.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know. Time Magazine put out a list because, lists. I like those. This is the 100 most philanthropic people of 2026. It's their list of like influential people who shape the future of giving. Unfortunately, they're not, most of these, there's no like real dollar sign attached. Some of them there is. But they divided them up into categories and people who give and what they give to. So on this list is Rihanna, who, while this isn't just for 2025 or 2026, she's given more than $100 million through the Clara Lionel Foundation, which I think is her grandmother or something, since 2012. $100 million. It's climate resilience, women's entrepreneurship, education, healthcare, arts, disaster relief in the Caribbean, U.S., and East Africa.
That's great.
I know. Elton John and David Furnish. Their Elton John AIDS Foundation raised $10.6 million at the 2026 Oscars event alone. And they've long been advocates for HIV/AIDS prevention, support for LGBTQ+, global AIDS treatment and advocacy.
I think this is what we want from our wealthy artists.
Yeah.
I believe if they've been able to accumulate a ton of dough, I think most of us are living check to check. Or in some way, shape, or form, the money's spoken for, whether
Right.
that's college for the kids or this project you've got. Someone's got to paint this house, and I can't do it.
You're not taking half your money and putting it in your investment account every month. Or
So there's a
donating it.
reality situation there where most people can't, but we do want to see that our artists that we support do this kind of stuff. I loved that, even though I've heard some wacky things about Sia lately, she is still contributing money to Survivor and that like wants them to pursue the person in her like vision, which
Right.
is a vegan or a vegetarian. Like,
right.
I like seeing them put their money in places that like
mean
that.
something to them. And,
Right.
that's not exactly philanthropy.
No, but it's
nice. It's
they're out there.
rewarding
You're
good
seeing-
behavior and
yes.
things you would agree with.
And I believe these like billionaires should be doing that in big numbers.
And frankly, some of them are. Mackenzie Scott is obviously on
Great
this list.
example, exactly.
She supports education, food insecurity, racial equity, veterans groups, HBCUs.
Historically black colleges and universities.
Thank you. Disaster relief and community nonprofits. She's worth a lot of money, and she's worth more now than when she got a divorce from Jeff Bezos. And she took billions with her, and she's actively giving billions away. This is what Time Magazine estimates she donated in 2025. What do you think?
I'm going to say $250 million.
I'll say $1 billion.
Well, you get the point, Maddie, but both of you are way off. She donated in 2025 alone about $7.5 billion, $7.5 billion to 186 different organizations. She joined that Warren Buffett give away your money club.
Pledge or something like that.
And I think you're supposed to die without any money left. And she actively gives this money away. She donated to 186 organizations to the tune of $7.2 billion in 2025. Mackenzie Scott.
So as you were talking just now and you said that she's given away $7.5 billion, it occurred to me, I don't know this, and maybe you do. Do they have kids together?
I think so. I think they have a couple kids.
Jeff Bezos has 4 children with his ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott.
Oh, boy.
3 sons and 1 daughter who was adopted from China.
How old are the kids?
Additionally, through his marriage to Lauren Sanchez, Bezos is a stepfather to her 3 children from a previous relationship. Let me see if I've got the ages here.
Between 20 and 26
are the
4. Mackenzie Scott had the 4 children, yeah.
Okay. So they're all separate life. Unless mom gives all the money away.
Well, that's what I looked
Yeah, don't worry. Dad's got plenty of money.
There's plenty of money to go around.
Honestly, and I don't know what her net worth is currently, but we occasionally look her up, and she's in the, double-digit billions. I want to say, didn't she get like 60 billion? And then she's been trying to give it away, and now she's got 80 billion. She's been, to the tune of $7.2 billion a year. Incredible.
Rich get richer.
Well, but that's what we want to see.
We do.
Put that money in good, thoughtful places, and she's doing that. That's great.
Shakira, I also don't have a 2025 total that's been publicly reported, but she's got something called, this is Shakira, my hips don't lie. Barefoot Foundation, this is her foundation, has helped more than 224,000 children, supported 300 plus schools. She does educations and school construction in Colombia and underserved communities. So she made this Time magazine's 100 most philanthropic people of 2026. Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw, they have a family foundation, and it's distributed hundreds of millions of dollars over time, although no exact recent year total was listed with this announcement in Time. Education, Holocaust remembrance, health initiatives, arts, and anti-poverty programs. Chance the Rapper, he supports Chicago Public Schools and continues funding through something called Social Works. He did. He made $1 million donation to Chicago Public Schools, but he also supports mental health services, arts, education, youth programs, and homelessness support in Chicago. Lionel Messi, I don't have an exact recent total, but he supports children's healthcare, UNICEF partnerships, pediatric hospitals, education initiatives. Willie Nelson, no recent dollar figure tied to this story, but farm aids, family farmers, food security, food and disaster relief. He's been a big supporter of all of those. Well, Farm Aid was a big farm fundraiser, and that's been going on for years, right?
For many years.
And actually, Idris Elba and his wife Sabrina, they also, I don't have an exact amount, but it looks like they support food security, youth opportunities, and agricultural development in Africa. Those are just some of the names that I knew that were on this list. So there's 100 of them, and you can check them out in Time magazine. There's that. In theaters this weekend, there are a few movies. I feel like I didn't really see a lot of promotion for any of these. I saw a little, but not much. Maybe you watch ads, so maybe you'll know more.
I do.
There's a Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill movie called In the Gray. It's the two of them plus an actress by the name of, or possibly an actor by the name of Isa Gonzalez, and they're a team of elite covert operatives hired to steal back $1 billion fortune that's now being guarded by a small army on a private island.
Isa Gonzalez is smoking hot.
Let's have a look. Oh God, she's beautiful. She looks like Olivia Rodrigo, kind of. Oh yeah, she's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So it's rated R. There is a trailer. You know what, Maddie? I'll share this with you afterwards. You can grab a trailer for these for the Radio Alice Facebook page.
She started in Mexican telenovelas and has gone on to be quite the big star, hasn't she?
Is she the chick from Andor?
Let's see here.
She played like Bix. Might be a different girl.
The internet's not fast.
Oh, that is true.
Give me 5 minutes.
The internet has
What's her name again?
Isa?
Eiza.
She's not Bix. That's Andrea Arjona.
No, that chick is.
She's smoking.
But this chick does look like her, and she looks like Olivia Rodrigo, too. There's something called The Wizard of the Kremlin. That's out this weekend, rated R. Paul Dano stars in a political drama as a guy described as the new Rasputin, a master manipulator who's looking to help Vladimir Putin to power in the chaotic final years of the Soviet Union. Ooh.
You know what I know?
Jude Law plays Putin, by the way.
You know what I know about Paul Dano?
What?
That Tarantino came out and savaged him for no reason.
I know. He was like, that guy sucks at acting.
I don't even know what he's in. I wish I had I wish I could say, well, he deserves it because I watched something and he sucks. But why would Tarantino, that guy?
What is he doing?
He did. Paul Dano played Brian Wilson in Love and Mercy, and he was excellent. Like, if you're a Beach Boys fan, any fan of the Beach Boys, it's a must-watch movie. And he was so good in it.
He's one of those people, too, that has been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
You see a picture of him, you go, oh, yeah, that guy, Paul Dano. I wouldn't have known his name, but there he is. But, yeah, I mean, Quentin Tarantino kind of brutalized him. And he was like, I really like that guy's movies. I guess I'm not going to be asked to be in any of them anytime soon.
Sheesh.
Let's see. There's also something called Is God Is. I have seen some ads for this. It's rated R. Two sisters with burn scars reunite with their similarly burned mother, who orders them to kill their abusive father who lit them on fire when they were kids.
Jesus, what?
I know. This is a Vivica Fox movie. Vivica A. Fox and Sterling K. Brown is the monster that they're after. So there's that. On Paramount today, that I was telling you about this show yesterday, Dutton Ranch. It was the cut and paste from Montana to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
That premieres today. It's a Yellowstone spinoff. I don't recognize any of the names in it. Ed Harris is in it. Annette Bening's in it.
Oh, those are big names.
Yeah, it sounds like they're minor characters.
Oh, boy.
But because I'm seeing Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser.
Nope.
Saturday on NBC, the Preakness. This is the second leg of the Triple Crown, but our Kentucky Derby winning horse Golden Tempo will not is going to rest up for the Belmont Stakes, which is the third leg of the Triple Crown.
I've heard people talk about how they're going to have to give more space in between these in order to keep the Triple Crown alive.
Yeah, the turnaround of 2 weeks isn't really...
It's not enough
apparently
time.
It's not enough.
And so people don't want to risk their incredible investments because those horses are not cheap.
Nope.
What was Shannon worth? $1 million?
No.
What are you talking about?
I think my dad paid $900 for her.
You can get a horse for...
Not anymore.
Oh.
Well, maybe. I don't know. But she was...
I'm surprised we don't have more people riding horses
when did I
work
get that?
these days.
I got that horse in like 1981.
For $900.
So that was money in 1981.
Well, yeah, they say a horse costs between $3,000 and $15,000 right now for an average sound trained horse, recreational horse,
pleasure horse.
Yeah.
When you start to get into like show horses and horses you see in the Olympics, those are $1 million horses. Probably at the bottom, they're $1 million horses, and the really good ones are more. That's big money, people. Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano are going to go. Yes, dear.
I have a quick question.
Okay, sure.
As a horse rider, have you ever driven a high-end horse?
Yes, I have ridden high-end horses.
And can you tell a difference? Are you like, oh, this horse purrs like a kitty?
You know what's funny? There are horses, they call them push button. Like, you give the exact signal, and the horse begins. It's kind of incredible. And it's, they're just like really highly trained. I used to ride at a dressage stable, and there were some... And they probably don't even have compared to the horses that are Olympic level. You know what I mean? Or like the really high stakes stuff. But some horses are like the training is incredible, and you just like your heel moves back 6 inches. You put a little pressure here, and suddenly you're cantering on the lead that you asked for. It's incredible.
They really respond to.
No, you don't make any noise. In fact, I'll take points off in dressage if you make any noise.
What about if you go, yeah?
No, they'll take, yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's fine if you're barrel racing, I guess. Which is also, those horses have mad skills.
All right.
Saturday on Netflix, there's a fight. Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano.
Yeah.
It's a big MMA
I'm
action.
looking forward to this.
Whoa. Carano is the girl, the woman, that was fired from that series.
The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian, yeah.
She hasn't fought in 17 years. But she was she was like
Carano.
Carano was the greatest.
She's built.
And so Ronda Rousey
was the greatest as well.
Again, but they never fought.
And Ronda has been not fighting. She's been having a kid and having a whole nother life.
Yeah, she's been retired for quite a while too. Not as long as Gina, but I've watched some of them getting ready for the fight stuff they've had on Netflix, and they both look really in shape. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to this fight. Rousey is a favorite though by big time.
Well, she's more recent, so I can see that, and she was very dominant.
She was.
And some of the quotes she used to put out, Sarah would play, were like, "Whoa,
I ain't no do nothing bitch."
Right, this body's built for business, and she doesn't mean humping.
But she also does mean humping.
Well, I don't know. Fighting.
It's a whole card though, so I think it starts at 6:00 our time, and it's at least 3 hours of fights before. They're like the headliners. They're the main. Is that the lead card? I have no idea how that works.
Title card.
Yeah, sure. On Saturday Night Live this weekend, it's Will Ferrell hosting, and Paul McCartney is the guest. This is for the 51st season finale, and the Academy of Country Music Awards are on Sunday night. Shania Twain is hosting. Lots of performances. So if you love yourself some country music, Sunday at looks like 5:00 our time, and it's on Amazon. It's the 61st Academy of Country Music Awards. Okay, I'm out of time. Vinny, what do you got coming up?
A lot of stuff, including litter.
Oh,
after these.
Alice, 97.3, Sarah Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Don't have tickets for Bottle Rock? We got you. Keep it here. You got a chance to win tickets for the sold-out show at 9:05.
What's up, everyone? This Alice Report is brought to you by Jumpstart MD. Want to get in shape for summer?
Yep.
Start your weight loss journey with Jumpstart MD. Mention Alice and save up to 70% in May. Call 855-JUMPSTART or visit jumpstartmd.com.
That's fun. Singing with you.
Just .comming together.
Yeah.
Battle of the Bay takes place starting tonight at 6:40. I don't know how y'all feel about this. The Battle of the Bay this time around will be played somewhere in Sacramento.
Go A's!
It's the Giants versus A's. Tonight, tomorrow, and the next day. They play 3. Used to be
there and not coming back here or anything.
No.
So
They're
in
somewhere in Sacramento. Wherever that ball field is, that's where they'll be playing. It is so weird. I know so many people who grew up, they're A's fans.
Yep.
And I guess they are following them to Sacramento, I guess.
It's a big decision, but I've still followed the A's. I used to go to a ton of A's games. It's, by the way, really expensive to go to the games in Sacramento compared to what it used to be at the Coliseum. Oh, yeah. You used to be able to get a ticket for $20, no problem. Oh. They're very expensive.
That seems so, that's free. These days, to go to any event, it's $1 million. I mean, that's hyperbole.
Oh, okay. I was what? Yes. Seems like a lot. You know,
$1 million ain't what it used to be, Vinny.
I know, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, Battle of the Bay, everyone.
All right.
I don't know if this still gets your juices flowing, or if you're just like, yeah, they're in Sacramento. That's that's not my team. I don't know. You do your thing. 6:40 tonight is the first game, and by the way, the A's are favored.
Yeah,
which is wild.
I thought we just got out of last place. Are we coming roaring back?
Doesn't look like it. Listen to this. I didn't even have time to research this, so I'm going to read it right out of SF Gate.
Spit it out of your mouth.
An Orange County judge has banned all Cars for Kids ads.
Oh, that's good.
Including the earworm of a jingle from broadcasting.
The jingle's a problem.
What do you mean?
The jingle. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Look at that. You have it
You're
memorized.
stuck in my head the rest of my life. John always does this thing where he starts playing it on his guitar and he goes, 1877. Just like slides off his chair onto the ground. Oh. So wait, though.
An Orange County judge has banned all Cars for Kids ads, including the earworm of a jingle, from broadcasting in the state of California after finding that the charity violated false advertising and unfair competition state laws.
Oh my God, they're not really a charity?
The famous or infamous ad, best known locally for frequently playing throughout the day during a radio station commercial breaks, has been subject to much scrutiny due to the lack of transparency regarding the organization's religious affiliation and the fact that the money does not really go to kids.
Oh my God. It's right there in the song.
The story goes on, but the bottom line is a judge has said you no longer can play that ad.
I thought people just didn't like that song and that's why it got banned, but this is much more serious than that.
He's, let's see here. The case, oh man, I got pop-ups happening. Get off of my screen.
Stupid pop-ups. You know, the internet's barely working, but those pop-ups are going to pop right the F up.
In a case that dates back to 2021, this guy named Bruce originally sued the charity's affiliated organization when he discovered that the money from the car he donated was not going to underprivileged kids in California, but rather an Orthodox Jewish program in New York and New Jersey.
Does that program at least support kids?
He told the court that he donated the car because he had heard the famous Cars for Kids jingle over and over, and that was what he thought his money was going to.
Huh. That's
I wish I had more time to have.
I know.
I should have researched it better, but I just saw it and was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
So you're saying
the money isn't going to kids the way it's being advertised.
But who is saying that these are banned now in all of California?
A judge. An Orange County judge has banned all Cars for Kids ads,
So
including
you're
the
telling me I'm
earworm of a
never
jingle.
going to hear that again?
They're not going to be allowed to broadcast in the state of California
I'm fine with it.
after.
There are cancer charities you can find that will come and get your stuff. Like, if you are looking to donate stuff, don't worry. There's plenty of people who would take your car or your boat.
Right.
And they're, hopefully they have some transparency as to who's getting the money and why.
How's that?
Yeah.
And by the
I'm
way,
just glad that song's going
it's
away.
not just radio. I've seen those TV ads
Yes.
where the kids are,
Playing
they have
playing the instruments.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
From the 408, this just in. Unfortunately, the Cars for Kids company has an all-new commercial this week, already without their jingle in it, so we're subjected to their advertising.
No, the judge says no commercials, including the ones with the jingle.
I just read the text.
This says an Orange County judge has banned all Cars for Kids ads, including the earworm of a jingle. They cannot broadcast in the state of California.
No more trying to
That's
get
the
our
story.
cars.
I'll look further into it when I have a little time. But
Yeah,
that
I feel like there's going to be some stuff to unpack there, but that story actually makes me happy.
Well, there's, as you say, John has a joke.
Yeah.
Everybody's got that I got to turn this off, or boy, that really,
Well, how annoying is it when you're singing a Cars for Kids ad in the shower?
you just broke into it without.
Don't! What are you doing?
Yeah,
We're
we
not even
can't-
allowed. We
we're
legally
not.
can't play that ever
You're
again.
going to get us in trouble,
Delete
Maddie.
that off your computer.
Waymo is expanding its South Bay service in the coming weeks. So
Oh.
get the app. You'll be able to enjoy.
Just up and down the peninsula.
The driverless car service is moving beyond central San Jose into neighborhoods like Willow Glen and Vista Park.
That's great.
The company also plans to begin operating in Campbell and Cupertino.
But when will you come to Marin? I want to use it.
They're not up north, huh?
No. It's not that I know of.
That whole area, I'm in that area all the time. I can never tell whether I'm in Cupertino or Campbell or Willow.
They're
it's
all just
you
right.
just you don't know
The
where
street
you've
just
crossed
keeps
over.
going.
Right. But it's cool. They're going to be down there and offering service.
That is great. I love the whole Waymo thing.
You know what's weird? And I don't mean to disparage Uber in any way. I don't have the Uber app. I don't use it. But the missus was in town early in the week doing some work training
Here in
San Francisco, and she had to take an Uber and wrote me the barf emoji, and I was like, is that because the driver is making you sick or because the car smells? And she said yes, meaning both. But she's also just a total prima donna when it comes to the way you drive and what it does to her tummy. So it's not necessarily
the way you drive.
No.
and
The
what it
way
says. No,
someone
you
drives when she's not driving, she's always like, she's really. Can you? I'm like,
Maybe you should just slow down and back off that person's ass, and just take it easy. You're not in a race with all
back off
these
that
people.
person's ass.
You're right on that guy's ass. Get off of there.
Yeah, Van, get off this ass.
I have learned, though, I don't want to be in a fight with John ever, so I just close my eyes a lot.
Well, that's the move, right? And by
I
the
don't
way,
like it, though.
I'm not a limo. I'm not your driver. I'm not a limo driver. I'm not here to get you from A to B, with a smile.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
I want to feel safe when I'm in the car with you. I want to feel like all the traffic laws are being obeyed, the speed limits.
That was our biggest fights in my marriage. We're driving fights.
Yeah.
She drives like a maniac, and she thinks I don't pay attention when I'm driving. And I know that when I have
You're
someone
both
in the
right,
car,
probably.
I'm sure, because when I have somebody in the car, I tend to I can't focus on two things. But that was the
great.
fights we had.
Never get in the car with
driving
Maddie,
fights,
everybody.
So you'd get in the car when she's driving, though, and
I would
fight
have
with
my
her.
eyes closed and my foot on the brake pedal the whole time.
The non-existent
And she
brake
get
pedal.
aggressive with people in LA, and I'm like, honey, you shouldn't, road rage.
right.
That's actually, she is so mild-mannered.
That is exactly what.
And so is John. Like, there's a whole nother side of some people that comes out in a car that you're like, who is this person? They're usually so kind to others, understanding of people's mistakes.
You're right, though. Mild-mannered in every other aspect of her life. A maniac behind the wheel.
I always say it's the only place John and I fight. I'm like, you ran a red light. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm going to be over here with my eyes closed.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Close them.
Yep.
Close them both. Both. Your eyes and zip your lips, too.
I know. I sit in back if I can. I'll be like, Riley, you can take the front. I'll just sit in the back.
Oh.
Because then I, can look at my phone or just look out the window and not all those,
You don't get seasick at all then? You can look at your phone and read?
I can't be in the way back of a car like, there's all these SUVs now. If I'm in the way back, there's something about the suspension back there that's like popping me up and down. I can't take that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I don't get I don't get any of the stuff.
Yeah, I can get a little bit.
Christina and both kids.
Oh, great.
Will absolutely Ralph if they're not careful.
Yeah,
and it's often the looking at things while you're driving that does it to them.
I know, and I'll look at something and then I realize, oh no, now I'm sick, and then it's too late.
We did a story about this, and I this is coming up in the moment. I don't have the name of it, but she got this app where these dots run down the screen and at least allow you to look at your phone a little bit.
I think you said that was in the accessibility.
There's
file.
something
Like it's not even an app. It's just something you can adopt on your.
She's got it on her phone.
That's great.
So you can consider finding this or do a search on it.
Somebody text us that. It's like these dots that keep you from looking at a stationary thing.
Yeah, they are moving and they allow you to read what's behind the dots without getting sick.
Right. Something about the same pace as the car is going. It looked like something I wanted to try, and then I forgot all about it until just now.
Well,
I'll
try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Malls,
how great would it be to read in the car?
I mean, remember malls?
I used to hang out at the mall. It was where all the other kids were. I actually like them all. You can hit a bunch of stores at once, get some Christmas shopping done. But malls are just, it seems like they're a thing of the past now.
Well, they're making a comeback with the teens.
All right.
Kids are looking for
How
places
are the kids
to hang.
Saving them?
I used to go to South Coast Plaza in Orange County with my friends, and the tinderbox was where you went to get your cloves. You'd hey, mister, some cloves from somebody.
Right there in the mall, huh?
Oh, yeah.
At a smoke shop.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Tinderbox. You never heard of it?
Nope.
Ah.
I don't think
it may not be around anymore. Yeah. That was, many, many years ago. I was probably 5 or 6.
Oh, smoking cloves,
I'm
right.
just kidding.
Well, you were always a cool kid, cool breeze. La, 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 la.
Hello.
No, I mean, I was a, young teenager, and this was what we were up to. I want to say Tinderbox was what it was called. Anyway, that was where you hung. One of the places, and part of the reason you went there is because it's the weekend, so you're not around the kids at school, and where are you going to find girls?
Right.
The mall or the beach.
Yep.
Those are the only two places.
If it's raining, you're going to the mall. So you're saying the kids are starting to flock to the malls again?
For most of the past decade plus, it seems like shopping malls were on their way out. Now malls are making a comeback thanks to today's teenagers, and malls are returning the favor by banning them because they're teenagers the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
I just had my daughter tell me they were at the Starbucks near our house with the friends from school. They're all elementary school kids, but they're in that tweener thing. And they were doing what tweeners do. Loud, yelling,
laughing, running around.
All the having a good time, without concern for other people in any way, shape, or form. One of the other things some of the kids are doing at these malls, they're calling them takeovers. This is where there's chaos and they film it for social media.
Oh.
So I get that part. When you think about it, kids will be crazy. Just like we were watching the lady cry and then Bob goes, no, that's funny. That's a comedy bit.
Yeah.
She's doing
She's
comedy.
Sobbing. I forget what that was. What was she crying over?
Flip-flops on men.
Yeah.
Please.
Like with boogers that coming out of her nose, like the whole weeping nose and.
Yeah. Well, these kids are filming these takeovers and then posting them. So it's the same old punkish mall rat debauchery, but now it's getting posted. And a lot of the store owners, when they come out and say, hey, can you cut it out? Now they're also getting posted for those reasons. My name's not Karen. I'm a store owner, and I want you to just not be in front of it.
Right.
With your nonsense.
Right.
Yeah, right, Karen.
That has to be incredibly aggravating.
Some malls and stores inside have been banning shoppers under 18 without an adult chaperone in order to hopefully not end up online in a Karen situation.
Boy, this is what a pickle.
That you'd think that anybody showing up would be better than nobody showing up.
Except that if every time I went to the mall, 60-year-old me walked into the mall and there were kids running amok in there, I'd be like, well, here's another reason I don't go to the mall.
Mall owners need young shoppers to breathe life into the malls.
But they also need older shoppers, too. They need shoppers, period.
They also want to keep people safe and businesses from being looted by teens who are stealing or damaging merchandise for a bit on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We just want them to shopping and not being disruptive. If they could just do that.
It is a public place. These are places of business.
They don't have any money, though, dude.
I know.
So what do you expect them to do?
Right.
The adult chaperone thing has reduced mischief, mayhem, and stealing, but many parents don't have the time or desire to babysit teens for hours at the mall.
And I'm sure there's stores that are like, I basically have to pay for a security guard to like check IDs at the front. That's no bueno.
Our text number is 800-400-3697. This is where you get to have a voice. I mean, you can call, but you can also text.
We took a call today. It was fantastic.
Tracy.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
415. Yes, Vinny. It's still a thing. Tinderbox.com.
Yeah. Oh. It was a thing.
Now it's online.
I was the Dejarum, the brown ones.
Yeah.
Oh, those are so
Cloves.
gross. Ugh.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't like
those.
them?
I love
cloves.
just I'd sit and smell the box.
I like the sweet
Class B cigarettes
smell or whatever, but
and then
I
you'd
also,
lick your lips afterward.
Yep.
They're terribly. I mean, I don't think they were addictive the way that a nicotine cigarette is. I have no idea how much nicotine is in a clove cigarette, but they were. I just loved them.
I thought they took too long to smoke.
Well, you'd put it out. You'd put it back in the box.
Nah, I just was like these things.
I had a bad incident with Mad Dog 2020 and cloves, and I think that threw me
boy.
off of cloves. forever.
Mad Dog 2020 is a drink.
The cheap wine.
Very cheap wine.
Okay,
Like-
I never had that.
Yeah, the cheapest.
John made a joke to one of
like
his friends.
Thunderbird.
Like somebody goes, "What's your favorite drink?" Or he goes, "Mad Dog 2020," and then he just went on with his life. And then that guy thought he was being serious and went and found moved heaven and earth to find him a bottle of Mad Dog 2020. And John was like, "Thanks."
Did he drink it?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. It was a while ago, but I felt so bad for the guy because John was totally just joking. you
right.
know?
Well,
Yeah.
Mad Dog
anything. Is this
2020.
one of his ball players? I mean,
Yes,
anything for the
yes,
manager of
right,
your team.
exactly.
You got to do that.
Right.
510, good morning. The both is making me roll. The dots are under the accessibility on the iPhone. Happy Friday.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
what are they called though? They're called the dots, or are they called no car sickness,
I just read them.
no motion
I'll
sickness
look. I'll look
prevention?
while he reads stuff.
530, I don't look when my hubby drives. I'm too reactive. He doesn't like it when I gasp.
Yes. I'm like, well, you're scaring me.
Yeah, the whole. I'm driving
Sometimes
and
I go,
it's fine.
Look out! Ah! And then he slams on his brakes. He goes, "What?" I'm like, the thing you just slammed your brakes on for because I was freaking out because you were going to hit that guy. That is what. But I don't say that. I just go, I just felt like you were coming up really fast on that guy. I mean,
This is like a universal thing, it sounds like.
Edwin on YouTube. I'm not your limo driver. I'm not here to drive you from point A to B, said the guy who brought Bob to the airport twice.
That's true. I did take her. Well, she gets over on me.
She
often.
does.
well, she's very persuasive.
And
Yeah,
and
she
you-
is.
and you
I'm a
did-
fan.
And you left her all alone yesterday.
At the airport, you just
No, I
dumped
did.
her at the airport.
No, that was the
Yeah.
job, but she did think that I left her when I was just using the restroom. But I gave her a ride.
OMG, the Tinderbox. I used to go there to buy my dad pipe tobacco for Christmas and birthdays. Alyssa, listening on Odyssey in Petaluma.
The
The
pipe.
tinderbox.
I don't even know how they're still in business. The pipe smoker has been gone. We had a family friend that was a pipe smoker, And so the house smelled of it, and it was actually a pretty.
It's a kind of a
sweet,
nice. It's a particular smell. My grandpa would. My dad.
Nobody cracks open a.
Yeah, you don't unless they're smoking crack. I guess you know.
You just don't see it.
You don't really.
No, I always like the smell.
I loved the smell like
Yeah.
that. My
Grandpa.
grandparents'
It was my
house
grandpa.
smelled like that.
Yeah. 510. This just in from CBS Welcome Home News. They're reporting that people are already lining up at Stanford Stadium for the BTS concert tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
If you have a ticket, why would you line up ahead of time?
I don't know. Maybe it's like a party.
Well, that's pretty. I think events like that was the whole iPhone thing. Like, why are you lining up?
Because we want to be with like-minded people.
But it's part of the event of it all.
OMG, you guys are cracking me up with the driving conversations. That's me and my husband as well, Tracy and Morgan Hill.
Hey, Tracy and Morgan
I think
Hill.
it's a pretty universal thing.
I'm sure your husband's a great driver.
510. I donate my car to the San Francisco Junior Giants Foundation.
Oh, that's
there
nice.
you go.
There you go. There's another one.
You can find a place. It's just, they've made it so easy with that horrible, horrible jingle. And now it turns out that they're just taking your car and spending the money on whatever they want to. It's not for kids.
And 707. Mad Dog 2020 was like a giant bottle of cough syrup. Yes, that describes it quite well.
I don't think I ever drank it.
But you do like cough syrup.
I don't like it, but it has its uses.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and let you pick your day tickets for Sold Out Bottle Rock. Bum, bum. Alice, 97.3. Sarah and Vinnie, Alice's morning show. Hello, Friday. Sure look beautiful today. Your chance for sold-out Bottle Rock single-day passes happens right now. This would be a nice way to kick off the weekend. Win a pair of these tickets. This hour's code word is celebrate. CELEBRATE. Celebrate is this hour's code word. You take celebrate to radioalice.com and get it entered in. You could win a pair of sold-out single-day pick your day tickets to Bottle Rock. If you pick Friday, 1 week from today, you'll see Lorde. She's the headliner on Friday. If you pick Saturday, it's the Foo Fighters. Sunday, it's the Backstreet Boys. And there are so many bands and so many fun things to do at Bottle Rock. You don't want to miss it. May 22nd through the 24th in Napa Valley. This hour's code word is celebrate. Take it to radioalice.com. Mason has another code word for you at 12:05, and it's Jane with yet another at 5:05. This hour's code word is celebrate, and this is all courtesy of Bottle Rock. Call us or text us at 800-400-3697. And you can email us anytime at sarahandvinny@odyssey.com. There are a few shows happening this weekend. I know next weekend, maybe you're going to Bottle Rock. But if you wanted to ever see Echo and the Bunnymen, they're at the Masonic tonight.
Oh, tonight? Oh, fudge.
Florence and the Machine is at the Chase Center tonight. Machine Gun Kelly's in town this weekend. He's playing tomorrow night at the Toyota Pavilion. Well, so I guess he's in Concord.
East Bay.
Let's see.
Man, that Concord Pavilion, the sunsets there are unbelievable.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, God, yes.
Specifically that place.
You're just out there in the East Bay watching it just set over the whole city. It's incredible. It's an incredible view.
You were talking about who brought up BTS? People already camping out. Was that you?
Yeah.
I know it was Maddie.
Tomorrow night, Sunday night, and I think it's Tuesday night. BTS completely sold out at Stanford Stadium. So if you're looking for some place to hang out where people are into K-pop like you're into K-pop, just go hang out at the stadium. It seems fun. Taylor Swift. I feel like this is a good idea. It's smart. It's what you would do if you really did want to have a private ceremony and not let everybody know where it's going to be and who's all invited. She is not sending out invitations. She is inviting her friends to her wedding by phone, and she's not giving them any other information other than keep your summer clear. You'll be getting a notification.
My whole summer?
Your whole summer.
Nah.
Keep the summer clear, please. If you are maybe going to go to Taylor Swift, you'd start every sentence with, "Oh, you want me to do what?" Well, just so you know, I'm saving the whole summer for Taylor, and I'm going to find out last minute. So if I cancel on you, that's why. I'm telling you, I already have this commitment that is floating around, hovering over the summer, and is going to land somewhere. And if it falls on the thing I'm committing to with you right now, I'm going to the Taylor Swift's wedding.
As the Tinseltown Tattler, which you are.
Yes, dear.
The celebrity trash
Queen.
Right. Is that something that you would go to if you got an invite to Taylor Swift's wedding?
What do you think my answer is?
I feel like your answer would be like mine, which is nah, no.
Yeah,
no
deep down I wouldn't want to, but I 100% would go.
You would?
Yes.
Oh, I would
if
not go
I
to
somehow got invited to Taylor Swift's wedding, I'd probably be able to talk about that the rest of my life. Bob would kill me if I didn't. Like, I would go. Yes. I 100% would go.
Would you go to that, Maddie? It's Taylor Swift's wedding,
Absolutely.
and you would go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no questions asked.
The food
I'd be like,
and the people watching would be amazing.
Oh, my God. It would be incredible. I'd be like, well, why is she so stupid enough to invite me? I'm just going to tell everybody every detail.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we still don't know when Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are going to tie the knot, but there are people in their orbit who are saying we're getting save the dates, and they're coming by way of phone calls because it's easier to keep things quiet that way. Reserve your entire summer because at some point we're going to probably give you 24 hours notice and you got to get to our wedding. Taylor is calling some people personally, and her assistants are handling the rest. I guess it depends on how close a friend you are, right? How do you rate in the Taylor verse? It'll be a question. If I went to that wedding, I'd be like, did Taylor call you, or did Rosanna call you? Was it Taylor or one of her people? I don't know how many people are going to this thing, but if she's not calling everyone, then it sounds like Lots and lots and lots of people.
Okay.
They haven't told anyone the exact date or the location. In fact, we've heard a couple different places where we heard that she paid some woman to move her wedding so that she could have it at that place in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, and then the place in Manhattan we
Yep,
heard
place
about.
in Manhattan. And now we're hearing she's not even sending out invites. She's just saying, basically, be at my beck and call this summer. And everyone goes, okay.
Yeah, it's way too
I'll do
much.
it.
It's
No,
way too much
it's
to
not.
ask. No thanks.
This summer does seem vague, but it's Taylor Swift. And I feel like, for me personally, I love to not go to things. And I wouldn't, I mean, I guess there is a part of me that would want to go to this. But if I was able to say to everyone who asked me to do anything this summer, just so you know, I may have to cancel because I've already committed to Taylor Swift's wedding.
I think everyone would understand. I don't see any
Well, I'd
function
lead
that
with
you
it,
could you
right.
would get out of that people would be like, oh, I can't believe you didn't go.
Yeah. Like I'm throwing a party in July, and if I get invited to Taylor Swift's wedding, I'm going to let y'all know the day before. That's off.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I got to go to Taylor Swift's wedding.
hurtful.
Sorry about it. Yeah. I mean, you can still come over. I won't be there, though. Yeah.
Oh, if John's there.
No, John's coming with me to the wedding.
Oh, great. So we're
okay.
hanging with your kid. Super.
No, I was hoping you'd feed my cats.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
All right.
I wonder where she's having the wedding. I'm like, do I have to fly to Italy? Mm. Anyway, that's the latest on the Taylor Swift stuff. It looks like the World Cup is going. We might not be the kind of football you're used to, but we're thinking a halftime show might be the way to go. For the first time ever, there's going to be a halftime show during the World Cup final, and it'll feature Madonna, Shakira, and BTS. The whole thing was curated by Chris Martin from Coldplay. And he made a little announcement with the help of the Muppets for some reason.
What?
Yeah. Do you have audio of this?
No, a
Yeah.
halftime show?
Yeah, halftime show.
A halftime show?
A halftime show.
Wow. What's a halftime show?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's where people get together and there's singing and there's dancing and there's music, and it's a chance to show how amazing all different kinds of humans are.
Oh, and monsters too, right?
Yeah, monsters, aliens, it's one big family, really. And we get to raise some money for children's education.
Well, how can Elmo help? Oh, Elmo knows Mr. Chris wants some singing lessons, right?
Well, I definitely need some singing lessons from you, and I'd love that. But what I'd really like to ask is if you could help try and find some giant stars to be part of the show.
How about Madonna? Yeah, Elmo loves Madonna.
That is a fantastic idea.
Thank you.
What about BTS? Butter, me favorite song. And cookie ingredient. Nom, nom, nom,
boy.
That's a brilliant idea. The only thing is, how do we get hold of BTS? Wait, who's on the phone, Elmo?
BTS. Elmo has him on speed dial.
Hey, Elmo. Hey, Chris. Hey, Cookie.
V, RM, Sugar, J-Hope, Jimin, Jungkook, and Jin. Elmo and I were wondering if you guys might want to join us on July 19th.
We'll be there, Chris, for sure.
Thank you so much. Okay. We just need one more big star.
Did someone say big star?
Oh, here's Miss Piggy.
Oh, good grief.
Gee, who are you thinking of, Piggy?
Obviously. This whole show's gonna be about me.
Good grief.
But this show's more about we than me. I mean, it's about
Okay,
togetherness.
blah, blah,
really.
blah.
Yeah, that's a
So,
lot. My
it's a
goodness.
lot. It goes
on and on and
on
on.
and on and on. So it's going to be Madonna, Shakira, and BTS.
Great.
I don't know why he had to do it with the Muppets, but that was cute. We could put that at the Radio Alice Facebook page, I guess.
Yeah, the whole thing's cute. Animal comes in, all kinds
Oh,
of different
great.
characters
Oh, sure.
come
You
out.
got to have all the musicians. The game is set for July 19th at the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
The finals here. Okay, that's great.
And Shakira also teamed up with Burna Boy for the World Cup anthem. She's done this before. She did a song called Waka Waka back in 2010. That was the official anthem of the World Cup finals. And the World Cup anthem that she did with Burna Boy is called Dai Dai or something like
Waka
that.
Waka and Dai Dai.
Yeah, Waka
Okay.
Waka and Dai Dai.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's something to look forward to. And why not have a halftime show? I say that's great.
Well, one of the reasons would be that there's they don't have half times that long.
Maybe they'll extend it.
They're gonna have
Give everybody
to.
a nice little break.
They're gonna have to.
What? I get 20 extra minutes? This is great. There's a bunch of new music out today that I found interesting, so I'm going to run down this. Drake has not just a new album called Iceman, but 2 more surprise albums. He released 3 albums last night at midnight. One is called Iceman, one is called Habibti, and one is called Maid of Honor. It's about 43 songs total.
Does he address any of Kendrick Lamar's accusations against him in any way? Because it seems to me like Drake's over. There's nothing like he was annihilated so publicly at what was that, the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
I don't even know.
There's nothing
I'm
left
not
of
really
that.
following that beef. And honestly, Drake is still around and people seem to still care. Don't ask me. I'm team nobody in that beef. This is Drake's 9th, 10th, and 11th albums. His guests are 21 Savage, Future, Molly Santana, and others, because we're just going to play you a single off of Iceman, but he released 3 full-length albums last night, apparently.
Here's a little bit. The whole song is this.
And I've been trying to answer so many people, I almost forgot the intro. Been so sure of my words that
It's just him talking.
He sucks.
I really hated everything.
How can you say you don't have a side on this? He's.
But I also don't care about Kendrick Lamar. Like, neither one of them is for me. And they're fighting, and I don't understand, and something about pedophilia, and I just think, well, that guy has a.
Kendrick's really good. Drake is.
I'm sure he is. Okay, fine. I'll pick.
I'm
Kendrick.
anti-pedophiles. That's an easy pick for me.
Anybody can yell that. I don't know what his deal is. Yelling things. Next up is the All American Rejects. They got their 5th album out. It's called Sandbox. Their single is called Clothesline. All right.
I don't hate that.
Weirdly, Peter Frampton has a record out today. When we were kids, Peter Frampton, I think it was called Frampton Comes Alive, and it was like the biggest selling live album of all time. And it had all these, he did this talk box. Do
you feel like I do?
That's it. Oh, this is the new song?
Yeah.
All right. So this is his 19th album. Lots of guests. Tom Morello, Graham Nash, Sheryl Crow. Her is on this.
You know, he's a guy who announced he physically is degrading at a point
He's got to be old.
where he first he said, I can't play live anymore. And then he started saying, if I schedule certain space between shows, then I'll be able. But
I can do it.
He's an old guy.
76.
Yeah, and he's got something's wrong. I don't know if it's arthritis or what, but
there's also a Jack Johnson record out today. This is the soundtrack to that documentary he's got coming out. It's about Jack's evolution from surfer to filmmaker to musician. It's called Surf Film Music.
this is a guy who was going to be a pro surfer. He was really good. And he was known also for doing some filming. So there they are in Hawaii, and he's a guy who's making surf films, and he's been playing music in the background the whole time. Like, he has a guitar and he plays music. It was never his goal to become a multi-million-dollar earner.
And yet here he is.
He got hurt.
Oh.
This is a story, I understand it. He got hurt and was unable to surf for a while and just put more energy into his music while he was out of the water. And it ended up with him getting a record deal. And
he is pleasant to listen to.
He has never had to look back. He's now, I mean, I don't know what he's worth.
Let's look up Jack Johnson's net worth.
I'm going to say, what would you guess Jack Johnson is worth?
Hold on.
I'll say $40 million. Don't look it up. He's already looking it up. 40 million. He's worth some money.
I'll say 20.
It is 20.
Oh, 20.
Which I'm surprised
which is fine.
it's that low.
Oh.
I'm surprised it's 7 records and world tours.
Don't ask me.
I mean, 20 million's not nothing, but dang.
That's a point, Clarky.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that is. Yeah. You have 2 points today. That's your second point. Maybe
I
you'll win
listened
and you can
to.
play your
I
little
watched the
song.
trailer for the movie and listened to. I mean, it's Jack Johnson music. I mean, it's great. Like if you like Jack Johnson, you're gonna love this. But the filming of the surf stuff's really cool. And it's all old films. It's all old stuff, so it looks really neat.
It's actually, and it's surf film music, but it's surf film music. Like there's a F and an M that are blended. Surf film music. It's all one word. And there's a new Shaggy album out, 14th album, Lottery is what it's called.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's all happy.
All right, what do you got coming up, Vin?
I never did that litter story, but also I have more info on the Cars for Kids ban after these.
No. Alice 97.3, Sarah Vinnie, Alice's morning show. You can see what you've been hearing. Clips, chaos, and everything in between. Find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@RadioAlice973. And please subscribe, won't you?
I've noticed as we've added some different music too that you're dancing a lot more, which I imagine is also on the YouTube. All your dancing is nice.
I don't dance.
All the time. What are you talking about?
No. Stop it. Don't make things up just because you're in here twerking all day.
What do you mean? You and I are like dancing in the window together.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You're always dancing.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're making stuff up. Bunch of liars.
What's up, everyone? This Alice Report is brought to you by our Full Show podcast.
Oh, I love that thing.
Missed the show or that thing.
The Full Show podcast.
Missed the show or your favorite segment? Full episodes of the Sarah Vinnie Show are waiting for you on the Odyssey app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Today's bad advice.
Good one.
Was
the second one was the closer. That was a good one.
Very relevant. It sounded like to a lot of people.
I know so many people. We got a phone call about it. A lot of texts.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
We all want you to be happy.
Yep.
But choices have to be made.
Yep. Hard decisions.
Mm-hmm. All right. Beautiful day out. Don't forget Beta Breakers is on Sunday at 8 a.m. here in the city, and that will change your trip.
That'll nut stuff up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's National Chocolate Chip Day.
Oh.
Those are delicious. It's
That's
also
nice.
National Bike to Work Day.
Oh, that's good because with an e-bike now, I won't arrive smelling like I just worked out for 2 hours.
I mentioned this earlier.
Yes.
I have a little bit more info now.
Okay.
This is about Cars for Kids ads, which have now been banned in California.
All of them, not just the horrible jingle one.
Here's the story as best I can deliver it. A California judge has banned the famous Cars for Kids ads, including the unforgettable jingle, from airing in the state of California because the court says the charity's ads are misleading. The lawsuit started after a California man donated his old Volvo thinking the money would help needy local children.
Local children.
He later learned the proceeds mostly funded programs tied to an Orthodox Jewish nonprofit called URA. URA, for the record, means light in Hebrew. I had to look that up. Because it also brought up the thing that Marines say. Hoorah!
Yeah, boorah. Yura, boorah. Hoorah. Hoorah.
Anyway, this is a nonprofit based in New York and New Jersey. So that's not local.
They run these ads nationwide and make it feel like, well, I'm going to help some kids in my area.
Cars for Kids mainly funnels money to URA. The programs largely support Jewish summer camps, religious education, and trips to Israel for older teens. About 25% of Cars for Kids revenue comes from California.
Oh.
But almost none of the money benefits California kids directly. The judge ruled the ads were misleading by omission because they never clearly disclosed that there's a religious affiliation or where the money actually goes and who it primarily benefits. So Cars for Kids ads have again been banned in the state of California. And there have been other lawsuits. Pennsylvania, Oregon, and Minnesota have previously investigated and penalized the organization over their misleading fundraising practices. So
they can still operate as a charity, but they just need to say what they are and what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are still people who would be like, well, I will support that.
Mm-hmm. But people who are donating thinking it's going to local children are being burned because they're not being told this isn't going anywhere near local children.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's that update.
Thank you.
And you won't hear that ad anymore.
I already miss it.
A new report found that litter across the United States has declined 34% since 2020.
Oh, why just since 2020? Like what?
The average person's share dropping from 152 pieces of litter to 96. Roadway litter fell 22%. Waterway litter dropped 45%. They credit this decrease to education, better infrastructure, and increased public engagement.
You're saying that first line there, they say the average person discards on, like when I think litter, I think not disposed of properly. It was dropped on the ground. Do you come anywhere near 100 things? If I drop my gum on the ground, it's out of the norm.
I don't, but I am someone who, litter is flicking a cigarette out the window.
Mm-hmm.
That's litter. So there's one. Plenty of people do that.
Lots of people
all
do
day,
that.
every day. In fact, they'll say to themselves, I'm not keeping this in the car.
Right.
It makes my car more stinky.
Yeah. You got to have a water bottle in your car.
I love living over Oakland area, the town, but there are just people throw things out the window all the time when I'm driving.
That's so crazy.
You see it and you're like, what are you doing? And I learned not to beat my horn because I had somebody road rage me one time and almost knocked me off the road. So I don't do that anymore.
Oh, Jesus, Maddie.
But yeah.
I'll give you an example as a person that drives on the road long distance to get home. I will stop and buy lunch on the way.
Yeah.
And I'll either eat it but now you've got that in your car. There are plenty of people who will throw that out a window as well. Like I'm driving, it stinks, and I don't have time to stop.
Out it goes.
That's awful.
Horrible.
I worked for the Department of Highways for a year or two. I was doing traffic counting, so you would be on the roads all the time, and you would find spots where somebody had thrown something out the window every day. Like there was a place where there was like 10 pee bottles, all from the same, obviously from the same person. Place where like there's 10 things from McDonald's where like somebody obviously threw it out the window every time at the same time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The pee bottles, found tons. Pee bottles are everywhere on the side of the road, man. That was like the number one thing I would
Jesus.
see.
Where was this?
This was in West Virginia.
Oh.
But no, we did surveys in Virginia and DC and stuff. And same
you found
thing.
more pee bottles.
Pee bottles are everywhere.
Pee bottles.
Find a lot of weird things on the side of the road, but pee bottles are number one.
Jesus.
That's one of the, I know they have to do it. I know it's normal and it's good, but some of the road cleanup as you leave the city, right over here, 280, 10, they will absolutely cause incredible traffic jams as they're just street sweeping and picking up the debris. It's good.
Got to keep the roads clean.
Oh, my God.
Do we have to close off 3 lanes to do this?
They do. And it leaves you really stuck. But anyway, so litter's down. That's good news.
That is good news.
800-400-3697 is our text number. Do I love you or do I love you?
I think you love me.
I do love you.
Yeah, that's what I
thought. 707. I just asked some lady at a stoplight why she threw a cigarette out the window. She flipped me off. Not only litter, but a fire hazard.
Oh, yeah. Here, you don't.
It drives me crazy.
You really can't
and yet,
do it.
What are you going to do about it?
Right.
Yeah.
Ram them.
707. I just donated my 32-year-old car this week to Cars for Kids. I had no idea.
I know you had no idea. None of us knew.
None of us knew.
That's why I did the story, because I was like, oh my God.
I know. It is actually stunning to think that. And listen, I'm not saying that's not a good cause. Like, okay, but you can't make me think that the money's going to kids.
In your area.
In my area.
When that's not the case. Brutal. Now you know, though.
All right, listen. You're down by 2 already, Vinny.
What are you talking about?
Heading into the game.
I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, but you lost 2 games that we played earlier. Just the little mini games we play.
Well, I got him yesterday, but he's been on a roll this week.
He has. He won Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You got him yesterday, and he's in the lead right now. So I'm going to let you choose. You want to play How Old Is That Guy, or When Did That Happen?
I'll take When Did That Happen?
When did that happen? How about we start with Weezer releasing their self-titled 3rd album. You know it is the green album. It has Hash Pipe and Island in the Sun on it. When did that come out? When did that happen? Maddie, you're first.
1999.
99. What do you think, Ben?
97.
It was 2001. That is a point for... That's a point for Maddie. How about nylon stockings went on sale for the first time in the United States? I think before nylon came out, it was like silk.
Silk
stockings. Nylon stockings went on sale for the first time in the United States. Vinny.
What were those ones that used to come in an egg?
Oh, Legos or legs.
Legs with 2 G's.
Yeah, legs.
I remember my mom used to get those.
Yeah.
Those are nylon stockings, right?
They are. I think they might still be around.
Well, those are pantyhose. Stockings are the hot ones, the ones that just go up one leg and not the other leg, and you wear the garter belt.
Right, pantyhose.
Yeah.
And then these were like just
stockings.
So these are just nylon stockings that I guess you pulled up and still attached to the garters that you were holding your silk
I
stockings
don't think
up
Sandy was a garter lady. I think she was wearing the.
You don't know.
I'm pretty sure she was wearing the. I
don't
saw
know
them. They were the full body.
Yeah, right. Hot.
So, what's the question again?
The question is, when did nylon stockings first go on sale in the U.S.?
61.
1960 then.
1940 is the correct answer. That is a point for Maddie. I might only need to ask you one more because I don't think this. Jessica Watson became the youngest person to sail nonstop around the world without assistance at the age of 16. When did that happen?
Jessica Watson?
Jessica Watson became the youngest person to sail nonstop.
This contestant would like to ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
You ever hear the name Jessica Watson before today?
I've heard of this person. I thought this was like a pretty big story in the day.
In the day.
Yeah, it's been a while.
72.
72.
I'm going to say 2005.
It was 2010.
God.
And that's another point for Maddie. And Maddie has just won.
And check this out.
Maddie wins, Maddie wins, Maddie wins with the ladies half the time. Half isn't every time, but half isn't bad. Maddie wins, Maddie wins.
Maddie wins.
Was that made with AI?
Yeah, that's Edwin. The evil genius. We're not going to play it all the time because it's, it's AI. Should we really? But I was laughing so hard. It actually is verses.
He wins with the ladies
half the time. Not every time. But that ain't bad.
Maddie wins, Maddie wins, Maddie wins with the ladies half the time. Half isn't every time, but half isn't bad. Maddie wins, Maddie wins.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, you evil genius. You.
He is an evil genius. I love Edwin. He's always like putting up AI photos of us and figuring he's hilarious. I'm always like, oh, I got a text from Edwin. What's it going to be? Let's have a look. All right, listen, you guys. We got to go.
All right.
It's been a long week, a fun week, a good week.
What did you learn this week?
I can't think of one thing. Oh. So I'm just going to say goodbye. Keep it here on Alice all day. We've got your chance to win more tickets for Sold Out Bottle Rock. I think these are the last chances. Do you know if we're doing this next week?
We are not.
Okay. Bottle Rock, 12:05 with Mason, 5:05. It's Jane with your final chance. And don't forget, Jane does 97 minutes commercial free every day starting at 4 p.m.
Well, and the best afternoon show in the country.
It's been voted by afternoon radio listeners. They're like, it's Jane. It's Jane.
Mm-hmm.
So have a great weekend and enjoy yourself. And we'll meet you back here on Monday.
Thank you.